You know what? Just realized. Probably ought to shut that door. There we go. All right. So we are live watching the Indianapolis Colts and Denver Broncos in Denver on primetime. Thursday Night Football, right? Yeah, kind of primetime. Anyway, it's two teams that are honestly quite not very good right now. The Denver Broncos, obviously great defense, but terrible offense. Just really a whole lot of hype there because of Russell Wilson coming to town, and obviously Broncos fans were very upset with Pat Shurmur, and so getting rid of him and getting some new blood in there, I think everybody was kind of looking forward to this offense, and it's not been what you're looking for if you're a Broncos fan. And then on the Colts, you got Matt Ryan coming in. Frank Reich's been there for a few years now, and their offense is just horrible. And now Jonathan Taylor's out, possibly for the year. I heard something about a torn ACL. I mean, if that's the case, he might be out for the year. If you don't have Jonathan Taylor, I don't think the Colts have much better, to be completely honest. So, all right. So this is going to be a game. This is going to be an interesting one. And streaming it just because I like watching football. I'm sure you guys like watching football too. I like watching football with all y'all. So let's have some fun tonight, all right? I think my dog wants to come inside. I swear I'll get organized. Promise I will. Promise I'll get organized. Don't want to ignore the dog. All right. Denver Broncos and Indianapolis Colts, man. It's really just like I think this is a game that's going to determine whose season is really going to be worth watching, right? Like, the Colts are kind of like at death's door, really, honestly, as far as their season goes. Like, I mean, it's early in the season. They could always turn things around after this, but I think if they can't find a way to win today, then it's going to be – might be time to go ahead and start looking at draft picks if you're an Indianapolis Colts fan. For the Broncos, I mean, if you don't win today, I don't think it's the end of the world, but you're definitely starting to think like, man, is this Russell Wilson experiment well, okay, so personally, I think the Russell Wilson experiment will be fine. Might take more than a year to get going, though. I think that, I think a lot of people just have like expectations too often that they just work out, immediately and quickly. It doesn't always go like that, though. So, we'll see with the whole Russell Wilson thing. The thing is, if they don't win tonight, then I think if you're a Broncos fan, then you're starting to think like, ooh, what are we doing? What exactly is going on here? What is this season looking like? Because you're going to fall below 500 if you lose this game. And, I mean, you can get back from that for sure. Especially, Thomas from the Battle of Ohio podcast is often, telling me all about how a 9-8 team is going to make the playoffs. Maybe the Broncos can make the playoffs at 9-8. But I don't know. I never thought this Russell Wilson thing was going to work out right away. So I think people just need to temper their expectations a little bit personally. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this game so far. Obviously I'll probably get more as we kind of actually get some action and some stuff to analyze. But point is, we're here. If anybody's watching, leave a comment on the side over here. I'll put you up on the screen. We'll have a nice little discussion. That's pretty much the way I like to run things. Trying to branch out a little bit more into streaming non-Bengals games because honestly, I just like watching football and more opportunities to interact with everybody. So let's watch some football together. That's pretty much how this works. And to be clear to everybody, I'm not streaming like actual footage of the game because that's illegal. And it would definitely get my channel taken down if I did that. I've definitely had some people like come on here before and they'll be like, I was gonna watch the game. Like that's not what this is. Like It's not allowed to be. I'm not allowed to do that. I mean, I would if I was allowed. Like, I'd be more than happy to put up a stream of the actual game itself, but I'm not allowed to. I have the rights to the footage. So, showing the shot of Melvin Gordon on the screen right now, and man, he's got to do something about those fumbling issues. But I also hope he doesn't because like if he lets that get in his head, he's just gonna fumble more. So I mean, like, I definitely think he needs to focus on and fix the fumbling issues, but he also needs to, I think, just fix his focus and mentality. Like, don't focus so much on not fumbling the football. If you do that, you're probably going to fumble the football. But if you can just focus on getting back to the fundamentals and doing everything, all the little things right, then you might be able to fix those fumbling issues. But man, Melvin Gordon, former I never figured out why Melvin Gordon left the Chargers. Like, did they not want to re-sign him? Because I mean, he was a really good young, up and coming running back, and then he just fucked off, and now he's in Denver. Like, did something happen there? I've always kind of wondered what happened there. It just seems like out of nowhere, Melvin Gordon just wasn't with the Chargers anymore, and now he suddenly signed him with the Broncos. I don't know. Looks like everybody's getting warmed up and ready to go. Brandon Mcmahon is getting ready to take the kickoff. And like I said, everybody, like I put down here below, I think the Broncos are going to come away victorious in this game. I just think they're a more complete team than the Indianapolis Colts. I don't think the Colts are very good right now. I think the Broncos, if they can just get something out of their offense, they'll win this game. But anyway, kick is away, and it's going through the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. Matt Ryan is going to come out with the Indianapolis Colts, and he is going to get ready to try to drive the ball down the field, starting from their own 25-yard line. I'll be honest with you, I haven't really watched even any film or anything of the Indianapolis Colts this year, so I'm actually kind of this is the first time I'm seeing Matt Ryan playing in a Colts uniform. It's actually kind of weird for me. I've always thought of him as the Falcons quarterback. He's like Joe Flacco. I never really thought about him outside of the context of the team that he's on. Anyway, Matt Ryan shotgun snap, throws the ball to Nyheim Hines, and that's dropped. Yep, that sucks. Don't want that if you're the Colts. That's one of those things, man. It seems like they have some firepower on offense, but if you're just out there making dumb mistakes like that, then you're not going to get anything rolling. And it seems like that's the biggest problem with the Colts so far. So, again, I haven't watched any film of them or anything like that. Don't come knocking on my door, but from what I can tell, that seems to be their biggest issue. Just the boneheaded mistakes. All right, Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, hands the ball off this time to Nyheim Hines, who holds on to the ball, which is good because it picks up about 3-4 yards. That didn't look like a very good run, and I know this doesn't have anything to do with either of these teams, but I just want to point out that didn't look like a very good run, and yet it still looked better than what the Bengals have been doing. So, if anybody, any of my regulars happens to see the channel, and that's my first Bengals comment of the night. I'm sure I'll make plenty more because obviously I'm a Bengals fan, Bengals channel, but I'm trying to branch out to the rest of the NFL. So let's see what we got here. All right, Matt Ryan, shotgun snap. Around, trying to find somebody, and he finds somebody. Oh, no, he doesn't. He pump fakes, and then eventually just dumps the ball off to Nyheim Hines, who is not able to get it. Probably going to be 3rd and 2, might be 3rd and 1, maybe 4th, not. Oh, Nyheim Hines is really shaking up. He is unable to stand. I thought I saw him take a shot to the head, but he is wobbly and woozy, and can't figure out what's going on. It kind of reminds you of Tua Tagovailoa when he got up in that Bills game. Oh yeah, and he definitely got smacked. And it wasn't an intentional helmet-to-helmet hit, but he definitely got smacked. Ooh, and that's not That's not good for Nyheim Hines, and that's not good for the Colts either, because they're already down Jonathan Taylor, man. Jeez. Just hope he's okay. But man, he was woozy, he was wobbly trying to get up. Like, man, maybe I need to stop streaming, because this is the second stream in a row I've done where, second Thursday night stream that I've done in a row, where somebody has gotten a pretty rough-looking, let's just call it a head injury right now, because I think it's a concussion, but I'm not a doctor. So. Two Thursday night streams in a row. The only Thursday night streams I've done of the year, and in both cases, somebody got a pretty scary looking head injury. So, is it my fault? I hope not. Well, anyway, it is 4th and 2. Colts are going to punt, and Hawk is the name of the punter. His name is Hawk. I like Pat McAfee better. Oh, and that takes a terrible Colts dive. So he kicks it out to about the 25-yard line, but it bounces about 10 yards the wrong way for him. So the Broncos are going to get the ball at about the 35-yard line. Russell Wilson. This is another one. Now I have watched film and stuff of the Broncos, so I'm a little more familiar with seeing Russell Wilson in the Broncos uniform. But this one's kind of weird too. Like it's the battle of the well-known veteran quarterbacks who are just randomly playing. Nyheim Hines heading out to the locker room is probably the right call. All right, Russell Wilson takes a shotgun snap, hands the ball off to Melvin Gordon, who doesn't fumble. That's good for him. Brought to the ground by, looks like DeForest Buckner on the play. And that was a nice little run there for Melvin Gordon. All right, so the Broncos are lining up in shotgun formation once again. Russell Wilson looking around, got a man. And it's caught. Cortland Sutton, only about 3 yards on the pickup, but still caught it. That's better than nothing. From what I understand, the Broncos have been having a lot of trouble with holding on to the ball, holding on to catching the ball. Like not just like Melvin Gordon fumbling, but it's also like Broncos receivers dropping the ball, which as I recall, was an issue last year. So I wonder if they just need to get through receivers, like in general. Like everybody's like, oh, the Broncos got great receivers. They're dropping the ball all the time. Anyway, Russell Wilson shotgun snap. Find Jerry Jeudy for about a 10-yard pickup. And kind of stumbled and fell and would have had plenty. I could have probably picked up another 10 or even 20 if he had I wondered, let's see. No, I think, Russell Wilson tried to hit him in stride, got the ball a little too far ahead of him, so Jeudy, by the way, it was a good play, so I'm not really criticizing that much. I'm just saying Russell Wilson got the ball a little too far ahead of him, and so Jerry Jeudy had to fall forward and catch the ball. Okay, to shift his momentum forward too much. Russell Wilson fakes the handoff, throws the ball. Melvin Gordon got the ball, runs it up gets about 15 yards on the play. Not bad at all. It is not bad at all. If you're the Broncos, you take that all day. 15 yards on the pickup. That's going to be a first down Broncos, roughly right about. I didn't see actually, but I think it's around. It's like 45, somewhere between the 45. Or as I said, the 30. They're at the 30. Me being the excellence play-by-play announcer. Russell Wilson hands the ball off to Melvin Gordon, who this time goes nowhere. DeForest Buckner is not DeForest Buckner. I thought I saw a 99. That was a 96. Melvin Gordon goes nowhere, gets brought down behind the line. Actually, doesn't get brought down. He just has the progress stop behind the line. So that's not what you want if you're the Broncos. But it's been a decent drive so far. So just hopefully it doesn't sputter out. Russell Wilson shotgun snap. Looking around, trying to find someone to throw the ball to. He's just going to run with it. And that turns out to be a great decision because he picks up about 17 yards on the play. That's part of the danger of Russell Wilson, man. He is primarily a passing quarterback. But he can and will use his legs. And he can very well and will use his legs. You don't want to let him get to the outside because, if he doesn't see anything's going on downfield, he will tuck it and run if he needs to, and he's quite good at it. So, you really that's part of the thing. That's part of where all this like Russell Wilson elite quarterback comes into play. It's like because he has that in his arsenal, he can do a lot of stuff. Melvin Gordon is motioning in the shotgun formation to the right. Russell Wilson takes a snap, looking around, fires, and it's just way over the head of Courtland Sutton. There's no chance on that one, but honestly, he wasn't even really open anyway, so, harmless play, live to fight another down. You're in field goal range anyway, so just really protect the ball. And you want a touchdown, but at the very least, you don't really have to be as aggressive right now. And apparently, Gus Bradley is the Colts defensive coordinator. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're not doing that. Well, you know what? Actually, it is the Colts offense that's the problem. I really like Gus Bradley. I really like him as a coach. Melvin Gordon takes the it's a bit of a pitch, but it really goes nowhere. It's awful blocking on the Broncos part. Like, Broncos run blocking in general is just not there. I mean, like most of the stuff that Melvin Gordon's been doing has all been like passing situations, but like as a runner, he hasn't been able to get anything done, and it's not really his fault. Like the Broncos' offensive line is just falling apart in the run game. They're doing great at pass blocking. Russell Wilson got it all the time in the world, but they cannot run block. Anyway, Russell Wilson, shotgun formation, takes a snap, looking around, throws, and he connects with Jerry Jeudy in the end zone, but Jerry Jeudy drops it. I don't think that's necessarily fair to call that a drop because it was a very tightly contested catch. That would have been an amazing catch by Jerry Jeudy if he come down with it, but unfortunately just not able to come down with it. But that was very, very tight. That would have been really impressive. And yeah, that almost might have been pass interference because number 44 on the Colts there is kind of holding down his arm. He tries to catch it with one hand. He wasn't really holding him, though, so I guess that's why they didn't call it. Brandon McManus out there for the field goal attempt, and it is good. We got 3-0 Broncos. I'm not cool like Tom Brosky. I don't have the little thing. Edit the score, like, edit things as things are going on. Like, I have this template that, it's cooler than what I used to have, but, I've got this template that I kind of change for every game that I can turn it on and off. And it's kind of like, hey, look, that's my name, but that's also not like, typically, and we're on commercial, so I can just kind of like play around with this. But like, typically, I do, like the way I do things. Usually that's what I do. I usually do that with the Battle of Ohio podcast, though, because when I'm doing these live streams, I have like my, like the overlay that I came up with kind of over, so you can't really see my name anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much how that works. By the way, while we're on commercial, you might have seen it in the description when you clicked on the video, but I am going to have to go pick up my son, unfortunately, here in probably about 15 minutes. So what I've done is I've actually got the most recent episode of the Battle of Ohio podcast, which I'm going to play the first 15 to 20 minutes, however long it's going to take for me to pick up my son. The only problem is I don't know if the audio is working. So when we get there, if you're here and you're just seeing me and Thomas just kind of like and you don't hear any audio or anything like that, I apologize. I tried to get that to work. I personally did not hear any audio, but it could also be the case that it's just I'm not hearing it on my end because the video is playing, and so you might hear it on your end. And actually on that note, let me know if you hear the audio or not. So when I get back, I know if that's something that works or not, or if that's something I'm going to have to play with. Because I've been thinking about, every once in a while when I'm doing one of these streams, especially if I'm doing 2 streams and on a Sunday or something like that, I might want to take a little break to either go to the bathroom or, eat some food, or I might have to go pick my kid up or something like that. So I think it might be, it's something I've been kind of playing around with, coming up with like a 30-minute clip or something like that. Where it's just or various lengths of clips for when I have dead time on the stream and I need to fill it with something. That way you're not just staring at my empty chair and being this is a weird, unpleasant stream. I mean, the main thing with that is most people who are watching are gonna know what's going on, but it's just if anybody new comes to watch during that time, they're gonna be like, well, this is a boring stream, why would I stay here? So something I've been playing around with. But I need to know if the audio is working or not. Because if not, then it'll be a bit of a problem. But anyway, we're back to the game for now. Brandon McMahon is going to get the ball back to the Colts, and once again, he's going to go through the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback for the Colts. Matt Ryan, once again, is going to get a chance to try to move the ball from 25 yards. Colts offensive line. Last Sunday with Ryan Kelly, Quentin Nelson. Oh, they're changing things up right now. So Bernard Raymond, that was one guy who's like, he was a guy I was wondering if, might be interested to see the Bengals pick him up. And then Quentin Nelson and Ryan Kelly. Like, I was big on Ryan Kelly. And obviously Quentin Nelson has become such a freaking stud since. I don't know too much about those other two guys. Matt Ryan takes the shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, and looking around, got pressure all over his face. But he does get the ball off, and it's caught this time. And he's spinning around, juking dudes out of their shoes, and that is number 35, Jackson. I don't know his name. Probably figure out his name pretty easily, though. Let's see. Colts depth chart. Using ourlads.com, by the way, because that I find seems to be the name that gets updated the most often. Deion Jackson, allegedly, is the name of that guy who made that play. So I wonder if Nyheim Hines got benched because he was doing terrible. All right, Matt Ryan under center this time. Going to hand the ball off back to Jackson, and he's going to take it ahead for about 5 yards. And yeah, I think Nyheim Hines, I think he might be potentially in danger of losing his starting job right now with Jonathan Taylor out. Deion Jackson's doing quite well right now, and as I say that, Deion Jackson goes off the field, and Phillip Lindsay comes on out in the game. Former Denver Bronco and actually a native Coloradoan. So, him playing against the Broncos is probably not exactly something that, at one point he was thinking about doing it. But, if you want to play in the NFL, you don't always get to play for your favorite team, right? And, I mean, who knows? Maybe the Broncos aren't your favorite team. That's just speculation on my part. Ooh, anyway, Matt Ryan takes a shotgun snap, can't find anybody open, and eventually just gets taken down by the ankle by number 97 Jones there. Bring up the depth chart for this one too. Number 97 just grabs him by the ankle, man. Not good pass protection there by the Indianapolis Colts, and almost did that thing. You remember when I think Vontaze Burfict grabbed Matt Stafford when he was playing for the Lions by the ankle, and then he kind of twisted it, and everybody got mad at him. Well, that guy just did the same damn thing. Nobody got mad at him. Nobody's getting mad at him over it. I don't think. Maybe people are. I'm not looking at it. Anyway, Dane Jackson catches the pass from Matt Ryan on that one. Gets it ahead for about 4 yards, and there's a fly in here, and there's been a fly in here all day, and I'm going to murder it. Now I got a second. That was DJ Jones. DJ Jones, nose tackle on the sack of Matt Ryan there. And, I guess Colts only able to pick about 3 on that last play. So it's going to be 4th and 7, and is going to punt the ball. Gotta love Colts players. All right, fair caught by the Broncos at about the 19-yard line. I'm prepared, y'all. You know what I've actually found about flies? The easiest way to catch them is if you spray them, and then if they get enough moisture on their wings or whatever, then they're not able to fly, and then you don't have to be the Karate Kid. You don't have to be super quick. All you gotta do is spray them. If you spray them enough and they can't get away, then they're really easy to catch. They're not very mobile when they're on the legs. They're not enough to get away. Just a little bit of advice there. If you're looking to kill a fly, spray it with something. Preferably in a mist form, so that way they get totally. If you try to spray them with something like one of those bullet sprays, it's a single stream of water, you probably miss. But the miss, you'll be guaranteed to get them, and also evenly distributed, and it'll have a much better chance of weighing them down too much from where they can't actually get up. So, good to know if you hate flies, like me. I hate flies. I mean, sometimes you got to be a little patient. You got to wait until they land on something and you can spray them. But I mean, sometimes if you're quick enough, you can get them in the air too. It's a lot, it takes a lot less skill than just grabbing them out of the air with your hand. Although, I mean, sometimes that's fun too. Talking about fly murder here. This is the kind of content y'all came for, huh? Probably. I can't imagine what else you want to come watch the show other than to watch fly murder. You motherfucker. I'm gonna get it. Get it before the end of the night. Hopefully I can go get it. Hopefully I can get it in the next 10 minutes before I gotta go get my son. But I don't know how realistic that is. But yeah. Just to be clear, everybody, if you're watching right now, in about 10 minutes I'm probably gonna have to go get my son, and it sucks. So it's gonna be about 20 minutes of dead time here. I've got a podcast clip that I'm going to try to play, and hopefully that works. I wasn't hearing any audio earlier, but hopefully that was just something on my end that wasn't working. But I'm going to try to play Battle of Ohio podcast clip while I'm gone. And that way, at least it won't be just completely dead stream, and then I'll be back in about 20 minutes, and we'll finish the game at that point. Mile High Stadium Broncos got just fucking balls hanging out in the statue. That is a design choice. Russell Wilson pitched the ball to Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon goes basically nowhere with that pitch. And, man, the Broncos, nobody is run blocking very well, but in particular the Broncos are really bad at run blocking right now. Man, this is looking like the Broncos' offensive line is looking a little bit like the Bengals right now, right? I mean, their pass blocking is okay, but their run blocking is Russell Wilson, kind of a play-action pass, and he throws the ball to 82. One of these days, I'm not going to be able to look these things up, but that's Eric Saubert, the third-string tight end of the Broncos. Russell Wilson tries to get it to him, but it's way too low, and it just falls in the dirt. It'll be 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10. This Broncos offense, man, just nothing. Russell Wilson is in shotgun formation. He is draining that clock a little bit. I mean, probably not intentionally. Looking around, and he's sacked. He is sacked. He goes down. There was nowhere. He looked like he was going to try to run there for a minute. But Yannick Ngakoue, who I didn't know was on the Colts, by the way, is all over Russell Wilson. He just swallows him up, dude. I think Russell Wilson was trying to escape because his receivers weren't getting open. And Forrest Buckner was all over his back end. Tries to escape out the front, and Yannick Ngakoue is just like, no, that's not happening today, buddy. Broncos punt the ball back to the Colts, and be caught at the 40, fair caught at the 40. So the Colts are going to have better field position than they've had. I mean, it's still not like, the greatest field position of all time or anything like that, but decent field position. Starting at the 40 instead of start at 40. That's not what I meant to say. Instead of starting at the 25-yard line, start at the 40. So, that'll be that right there. That's the Colts' best offensive play of the whole day. Getting a punt that gets down to the 40 instead of the 25. Oh boy, terrible. Yes, this is not an amazing display of offense. It's not even really that I've been saying all week, and I've always said, I enjoy good defense in football games. But this is not necessarily like the Colts and the Broncos are playing amazing defense. This is more like the Colts and the Broncos offenses are so inept that the defenses don't really just need to do much of anything. So this is the opposite of what I look for when I look for good defense. When I look for good defense, I want good defense where they're actually doing something to have good defense. This is just like, you guys suck. We're going to be all over you because you suck. You're not going to do anything about it. You suck. Not exactly the most compelling thing of all time. But you know what? Football's football. It's the only thing on tonight, so that's what we're watching. We're watching whatever's on. That is pretty much how this goes. Commercials. Wonder if we're going to make it back to see another play before I got to go. Don't know. I was thinking about just coming in, after halftime. That was a thought process I had, but then it's just like, it's going to be so late by the time I actually get started. I wonder if anybody's even going to bother watching. So I figured I'd do it this way. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, then I won't do it like that in the future. But, it's a thought process I had, if I got to go do something, then maybe I can throw a clip up, and hopefully that clip will keep you entertained enough that, I actually have somewhat of a successful stream out of it, right? God, that fly, man. I'm gonna spray it with whiskey and watch it burn. That'd be funny. And my room would smell like whiskey too. That'd be like a win-win. That whiskey, by the way, that's rye, is what it is. If you're wondering, that's Jack Daniel's rye whiskey. In that football helmet there. Right there. But the game's on. God damn it. You win this time, fly. Matt Ryan fakes the handoff. Throws, and it's caught. Oh, nope, then it's dropped. Oh, man. He was open, too, man. He had a guy on him. He wasn't going to go anywhere with it, but he had the first down. And that was Michael Pittman Jr., by the way. He had the catch. It was like a 13-yard gain. That was a great throw by Matt Ryan. And Michael Pittman just he loses control of the ball. He gets hit, to be fair. Patrick Surtain does a great job of knocking that ball out. But at the same time, you gotta hold on to it. That's just the story of this game. It's just the offense just doesn't know how to do anything. Matt Ryan hands the ball off, and there's another example. Just can't get anything done. This is once again, I love defensive. I love watching good defense. I'm that football nerd. I can watch a low-scoring game as long as the defense is playing well. But this is not an example of the defense is doing anything special. This is just inept offense. That's what's happening right now. We're watching inept offense. Terrible. If you are watching right now, go ahead and leave a comment. Here in a second, I'm gonna have to throw it on a intermission clip because I gotta go get my son. But I'll be back in 20 minutes. That seems like a good place to throw it to leave off, though. Maybe not, actually. So Matt Ryan, anyway. Before we move on to anything else, Matt Ryan was in shotgun formation, looking around, and holding actually. But so he got hit a little bit as he was trying to throw. But I was wondering if maybe they're going to call roughing the passer. Not that it looked like roughing the passer, but I've seen them call roughing the passer in soccer plays. But no, it looked like it was Bernard Raymond just holding the hell out of the Broncos pass rusher there. So Colts are going to punt now, and what a game so far. What a whole lot of just nothing. Just a whole lot of nothing. The punting is the most exciting part of this game. Broncos are actually going to try to return it this time, but only gets about a yard before he gets swallowed up. So, God, when the punts are the most exciting part of the game, that's when you know that they picked poorly for Thursday night football. So, I see you got one person watching right now, so whoever you are, leave a comment and get back to you in a second. Unfortunately, you caught me at a bad time, so right now I've actually got to go pick my son up from work. So I'm going to attempt to leave you with the Battle of Ohio podcast, the most recent one. So I don't know if the audio is going to work on this one. It's not coming in on my end.
This is episode 114 of the Battle of Ohio podcast. The Bengals season is back on track, and they're looking to cement that with a win over Baltimore this week. The Browns
Thomas.
are hoping to give themselves a leg to actually stand on, and I
Put up
say
this
that
little
as both of our
ticker
teams
here
are
at the
2-2.
bottom.
It's just, things feel
Come back to the stream in 20 minutes, and
as they
I'll be
host
back
the
too.
Los Angeles Chargers.
But right now, I got to go get my son. So
Finally,
thanks for popping
Thomas,
in. Come back
the
in 20
Steelers'
minutes.
playoff odds currently sit at 19%. Because why, Thomas?
The Pittsburgh still sucks. Kenny Pickett sucks. Pittsburgh sucks. The funniest comment ever. Oh, Kenny Pickett's in. Oh, he threw an interception. Oh, he threw another one. Oh, he had 3 of them. Oh.
Okay, I got really nervous for a second. I was like, oh my god, is there a game on right now? Like, I thought you were serious. Yeah, no, dude, I got a few things to say about Kenny Pickett at the end of the episode. Like when we do the state of the AFC North, I'll have a few things to say about Kenny Pickett. So if y'all are interested in hearing my opinion on Kenny Pickett's first game, stick around to the end of the episode. But anyway, Thomas, we as always we want to focus on the Bengals and the Browns because this is the Battle of Ohio podcast. Oh, speaking of which, okay, do it again. The Steelers have a 19% chance of making the playoffs because why, Thomas?
Because Pittsburgh still sucks.
Damn right.
Welcome to the Battle of Ohio podcast, where we follow the revival of the historic rivalry between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
Too bad we do the show live now and I can't edit that out. I'll get it eventually.
If you notice, I
Did you? I noticed you moving around at the bottom there, like in the studio.
No, I'm moving, please.
Get out.
Too bad we're live now. We're getting swat at the fly.
No, you know what? That actually might be good content. I'm like Walter White. I think I made that joke last week, but I think I made that joke off air last week. So, all right. So let's get started with the Bengals this week. I would say they have a significant test facing them this week. I mean, as significant as any test, really. Obviously, the last 2 weeks the Ravens have looked a bit vulnerable. But I think the key is the Ravens have only really looked vulnerable at the end of games lately. Like, don't forget, the Ravens jumped out to a huge lead on the Dolphins, and they jumped out to a huge lead on the Bills. They blew both of those leads. But the point is, the Ravens are still a very dangerous football team. So if the Bengals can find a way to beat them this week, that's going to be huge for who the Cincinnati Bengals are as a football team.
Yeah, I think the Ravens. There's a lot of problems with the Ravens. I don't think they're a good team. Quite frankly, I think they got a good quarterback. I don't think they're a good team. Probably coach, but it kind of feels like Lamar Jackson has to do everything. And team-based league, team-based sport, you can't force somebody to do everything you can. So I really just like this game for the Bengals. Because, like you said, the Ravens, they're doing is that they have been doing a good job of getting off these big leads. They're blowing these leads to teams. They even, I'm pretty sure they even blew the lead to the Jets. No. They let the Jets get a lot of second half points. These are adjusting to them in the second half pretty well. They're not adjusting to the team adjustments. I really like our Jets.
Yeah, I think I think it could be a good game for the Bengals. In particular, I want to note that the Bengals have in fact beat the Ravens 82-38, a combined score of 82-38 over their last 2 meetings. So
Wow.
that's something that
I own the Ravens the last couple games.
Yeah, Joe Burrow in general owns the Ravens. There was like that first meeting he had with them didn't go so well, but outside of that, Joe Burrow pretty much owns the Ravens. Part of the reason for that is Joe Burrow had huge games. Obviously, he threw for like 41 points, but part of the reason is because I think Lou Anarumo has devised a good strategy that a lot of teams I think are starting to copy now when it comes to facing the Ravens. But I think Lou Anarumo has the Ravens figured out. Because, like, I mean, his strategy is pretty much what I've been saying for years, seems to be the strategy with Lamar Jackson. Glad somebody in the NFL finally figured it out. Man, wouldn't it be cool if Lou Anarumo listened to that podcast and I gave him the idea? But that idea is that, like, you know, you gotta focus more on making Lamar Jackson throw the ball. Like, I mean, if you can take away the run game, because I mean, you gotta focus. He's so good on the run that you gotta find ways to slow him down on the run. And if you can, like, stop the Ravens' ground game, you can force Lamar Jackson into situations where he has to throw the ball. And Lamar Jackson is a fine passer, but he can be a bit of an erratic passer sometimes. He'll make mistakes with the ball if he has to do it enough times. And honestly, I think that's what a lot of teams have been doing lately to come back on the Ravens, is they realize that, you know, if you put Lamar Jackson in a situation where he has to throw a ball, there's a decent chance that he's going to make a mistake. And you got a much better chance of slowing them down. This is all chances and percentages. Obviously, Lamar Jackson can beat you in the air if he needs to. But the chances are much higher that you're going to come away with a positive play if he's throwing the ball than if he's running the ball.
You know, it's funny, D. And you know, it's crazy. Ever since Lamar, except in his first season, because that was the rookie season, came in late. If you notice, every single year, the Ravens do the same thing every year. This is Lamar Jackson regime. They started off hot, and then at the end of the season, they tail off. Last year, they had the same exact record as the Browns, with Baker Mayfield with half time. And before y'all say Lamar Jackson was injured, before Lamar Jackson got injured, they're on a steady decline, because it's worth mentioning that Lamar Jackson threw just as many picks last year as Baker Mayfield. That's something that happened. And he played less games than Baker Mayfield. This man threw just as many picks as Baker Mayfield and played less games than Baker Mayfield. It tells you something. So what I see happen Ravens is that they start off hot and then they get caught. Kind of like how they're blowing on the Z's. The people start to figure them out. They have the wild, unique strategy, and then people figure them out. Well, now this year the pattern is kind of different. Teams are already figuring it out. It's only week 5. So if they're already 2-2, and they're 2-2 by an inch, like, you know how we say the Browns and the Bengals should be 4-0? I think the Ravens should be 1-3. So, you know, if they're just like 2-2 by an inch already, and this team is known for getting worse as the season gets on. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that is a good point, but you could also make the argument that the Ravens really could be 4-0. With an MVP level Lamar Jackson, if they had just finished off their last 2 games, they looked really impressive those first 2 weeks, and they looked really impressive through like half the game the second 2 weeks. It's just, you know, obviously you know what happened, but the Ravens really honestly could be 4-0 right now, kind of like how, you know, like you said, the Bengals could be 4-0 right now. But I think the difference here is the Bengals definitely did not look nearly as inspiring in their first 2 weeks.
I just feel like they made a lot of critical errors. Against the Patriots. I watched that Patriots game. I was just like, man, both these teams are so beatable. And it wasn't the fact that the Patriots were shooting themselves in the foot against the advantage of those errors that the Ravens were making. Regardless of the fact, I think y'all want to beat the Ravens.
You know, I actually...
I'm not supposed to say that right now, but...
I actually found a really interesting stat that gives me confidence about the Bengals' ability to play at the Ravens. But the Ravens actually ranked dead last in, like right now in the NFL, they actually rank dead last in passing yards allowed with 1,261 already allowed in the year. And they're tied, their secondary is terrible. They're tied for the 5th most passing touchdowns allowed with 8. So what is the Bengals offense good at doing? Passing the ball. You know, the running game is awful. The running game is awful right now. We need to figure out something. The The passing game is good, and if the Ravens' weakness is passing defense, then I mean the Bengals could potentially put up a lot of points. I forget how many points they put up last year. Like I said, 82 points through 2 games. And it was an even split too. It wasn't even like there was one game where it was like 20 something points, and the other game was like just an insane number of points. Now this was an even split. They were both like 40 points.
I mean, the only good quarterback they faced was who they played? They played Jets, Joe Flacco, right? They played Mac Jones, and then who was it? Who's the third? Who's the fourth team?
Well, they played Josh Allen.
I got Josh Allen.
They were kicking Josh Allen's butt in the first quarter, and then
but you're dead and dead last and past the face were Mac Jones and Joe Flacco.
You could actually I think I could be wrong about this. I don't really remember now, but it might have been Zach Wilson. No, it was Joe Flacco. I remember because that was a big storyline. Joe Flacco was only faces point.
Yeah. Who's the fourth team they played?
The team they played last week?
No, they played the Patriots, the Bills, the Jets, and who else?
Dolphins. That was Tua Tagovailoa's big comeback. Now I will say,
so I give you that one.
Part of the reason that they've allowed so many passing yards is because like the Bills and the Bills and the Jets, like we said, the Ravens almost blew and week 1 from the Jets, but the Ravens, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Bills, they all had to have these massive comebacks, so they're passing the ball. They're put in situations where they have to pass the ball a lot more. So that's probably part of the reason why the Ravens have allowed so many passing yards. Is because that's just going to happen. But at the same time, I think their secondary was awful last year, and I think that's a big part of it this year.
No, I just think they're just bad.
So if the Bengals beat the Ravens, and I'm getting this information, by the way, from my new favorite toy, which is what is it called? The Upshots NFL Playoff Simulator on the New York Times website. They've got they tell you what your chances, like your percentage of chance to make the playoffs based off of like you pick the games on the schedule, and then it kind of like shifts what's the chance to make the playoffs if this happens and that happens. By the way, hashtag not an ad, just a fan. I'm nerding out with this thing. I think I found this last year near the end of the season, but they got this at the beginning of the season right now, so I can just play with this all day. I can and will play with this all day. My family will never see me again because I found a new toy. But the Bengals currently have a 65%. Or no, sorry, the Bengals currently have a. Don't know what the Bengals are currently. Oh, no, I just clicked the button. The Bengals currently have about a 50% chance to make the playoffs right now, which is impressive because it was 26.5% like 2 weeks ago when they had that 0-2 start.
Yeah, but Thursday Night Football helps start. Home game and Thursday Night Football is the greatest thing ever happened.
Especially
because of a home game Thursday Night Football.
Especially when your quarterback is Joe Burrow and not Andy Dalton. Because if it was Andy Dalton, we would have lost that game because of Brian.
Hey man, look, the Browns haven't lost a Thursday Night Football game in 4 years.
Well, that's great for you, but your quarterback isn't Andy Dalton.
Two of those wins were against the Steelers.
That is a good thing, even as a non-Browns fan. I'm down with that. But the Bengals' odds, like I said, they're at about 50% chance to make the playoffs right now. And actually, if the playoffs ended today, the AFC North would be sending 2 teams to the playoffs, and that would be the Bengals and Browns. The Browns would be the division leaders, and the Bengals would be the wild card.
Yeah, the playoffs are the Browns win. But it's crazy. So when y'all beat the Ravens, if the Browns Chargers, then y'all beat the Ravens. I'm not sure how that tiebreaker will go. I think I might.
Well, if we beat the Ravens, our odds jump to 65%. And actually, if the Browns lose, if the Bengals wins and the Browns lose, then it's actually 68% chance to make the playoffs. Now, I mean, if the Browns win, it stays at 65%. So I mean, it doesn't. If you guys win, it doesn't really change much of our chances to make the playoffs. It kind of, I think, kind of shifts a little bit, like the chance to win the division. But like, it doesn't change our ability to make the playoffs because we're in good position with the wild card if we beat the Ravens.
Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna make the wild card. Again, I keep on saying this. The 9-8 team is going to make the playoff in the AFC.
Yeah, that's great. We're not going to be 9-8, and we're going to win the division. I'm telling you that.
Oh, y'all going to be way better than 9-8. I'm saying the 9-8 team is going to make the playoff. I've been screaming that for the rooftop. I'm like, hey, a 9-8 team is going to make the playoff. I'm like, yeah, probably. I see that often. That's what I love about football. Because people are such overreactors. They like to crown people in office and all this BS. And it's just like people always look backwards in football, never forward, because most people in football are dumb. Yeah, I said it. Let's be real. Most of you are idiots.
Well, I mean, most people are just like fans. Most people don't really get into the nitty gritty of it. We're weird.
So, like, it could be a 40-year-old, or it could be a 37-year-old who's on the last leg of the career and looks like they're deteriorating. And they'll be like, well, they threw 35,000 yards over the last 15 years of the career. They're one of the best quarterbacks in the league. No, this mofo is 37 years old and is going through injuries and is holding their team back. No, well, you know what I mean? Maybe this guy is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league still. No, man, he's old. He's old. He's deteriorating. He needs to retire. He got all kinds of injuries. No, man, this guy threw 35,000 yards over the course of his career and won a Super Bowl. This guy, let's go. This guy has to be a starting quarterback. Even though he's injured, he's old, he's deteriorating. That guy's Ben Roethlisberger. So we can tell y'all that he sucks all you want. But because he has this great history, he's still great. No, he's old. He's old. Get over it. It's not 2005 no more. Yours though you bullshit. Ain't the president anymore. Kanye West ain't making crazy statements about Katrina no more. He's making crazy statements about... I don't know what Kanye West making crazy statements about. He making crazy statements about everything now. God, Kanye.
Was not prepared for a Kanye West reference. Fair enough. Let's move on to the Browns though. So the Browns really, after losing to the Falcons, yikes. Browns need to bounce back against the Los Angeles Chargers, and their playoff odds right now are actually sitting at 36%. Even though they're currently leading the division, their odds are at 36%. If I'm betting, that has something to do with like teams they're favored against going forward. But if they beat the Chargers, that number climbs to 51%, and if they lose, it falls to 28%. So, you know, the Browns really like they got a lot to gain and not a lot to lose. Like their odds only really drop by about 3% if they lose this game, but they skyrocket.
I'm actually really comfortable about this game. You know, first of all, you talk about bad defenses. You know, one thing that excites me about this game is the Chargers don't really have good defense at all. Another thing the Chargers don't have is they don't have a really good offensive line. The only problem is that I think Miles Garrett's going to be fine. I think Miles Garrett's going to be fine. We don't have Clowney. I would only have Clowney. Like, that'd be big. But Jordan Elliott looked good. Tommy Togiai, I gotta get. You gotta get Tommy Togiai there. Elliott looks good. I'll pay that before. The thing about the Chargers that the reason why I think the Chargers are so beatable is one, they got blown out by Jags at home. The Texans, they had a big lead against the Texans, and they allowed the Texans to come back. Who, in my opinion, is the worst team in the league. You think it's the Panthers? I think it's the Texans. But, you know, whatever. They're probably both bad. You know, we're comparing bad apples and bad pears here. Both of them suck. So let's be real here. But they allowed them to come back. The thing that really bothers me the most about this Chargers team is it seems like there's chaos in this team. It seems like there's chaos, there's no structure. You got injured players all over the place. You got a weak offensive line. The thing that concerns me as a Browns fan is Austin Eckler. In fact, I'll even go as far as say Eckler scares me more than Herbert does. Considering the fact that Herbert, if I'm not mistaken, is Allen even playing next week?
Is who playing?
Their receiver.
Oh, Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
I don't know actually. Let me check.
So the Browns have some really good corners when they're not blowing coverages because they're arguing with each other. Joe Woods fired. This is a winnable game. This is a winnable game.
So
it's a very winnable game, and it's at home.
There is no news currently on Keenan Allen. It's also Wednesday as we're recording this, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily expect that. I mean, unless it's like a devastating injury and like he's going to be out for multiple weeks and stuff like that, I wouldn't necessarily expect to know until probably Friday.
In order for the Browns to win this game, Myles Garrett got to have 2 sacks. And like, we're talking about Myles Garrett's sack. The reason why I say that is because I want to see Justin Herbert's jersey dirty. Get Justin Herbert's jersey dirty. Make that little pretty boy from California feel the Cleveland atmosphere.
Isn't he from Oregon?
What?
Isn't he from Oregon?
I mean, he's hurt.
What? No. He was born in Oregon, I believe.
I'm like, what was that?
He was born in Oregon, I believe.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You called him California.
Well, no, he's in Cali.
Do what?
He was playing in Cali.
No, he wasn't. He was playing in Oregon.
No, he's playing in Cali right now. Oregon ain't Cleveland. Oregon ain't Cleveland. I'm sorry, man. Oregon is cool and everything, but Oregon ain't Cleveland, man. I ain't afraid of no duck, no gopher, no beaver, whatever the heck is the freaking. We went over this. Oregon people in Oregon are soft, and I can say that with my chest because y'all so freaking soft, Oregon. When has anybody ever been afraid of somebody from Oregon?
Oregon's lumberjacks, dude.
They're oh my God, I'm so scared. Hey man, look. Tell one of those lumberjacks.
I'll tell you that right now.
Tell one of those lumberjacks to walk down St. Clair at night. Be like, nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I would walk through the entire state of Oregon. I can't knock it up, but there are certain people in Oregon that I would stay away from for certain reasons. But then, actually no. There's not a spot in Oregon that I'm scared to walk. There's not a single spot in Oregon. Even like Oregon's good. I'm like, oh, this is so good. In Oregon. Here goes some orange juice. Oh, orange juice. Here goes some kiwi juice. Oh, I didn't know that. Kiwi juice. That's that Oregon shit. You wanna go fishing? Yeah, I wanna go fishing. Soft ass lumberjack. No, we're gonna Oregon stuff, man.
Thomas, you're a treasure.
Boy, I think Myles Garrett is that. That's how I win the game. But I mean, like, the thing is though, the thing that scares me is the fact the Browns proved last week they can't stop the run. They let 2 no-name running backs tear us up, and the Chargers do got a nice running back. And I wouldn't want to get a fight back.
Well, you are lucky, Thomas, that the Chargers actually rank dead last in rushing yards. They've got the worst rushing offense in the NFL. And Austin Eckler's a good running back. It's just the Chargers have been putting it on Justin Herbert, which, in fairness, Justin Herbert's actually been having a solid season. He's only got like 2 interceptions so far, and I mean he's been Herbert has been killing it, to be fair. He's also hurt. So there's something to be said about that. But like when I was looking up how this game might potentially go, I did notice that the Browns have a terrible the Browns like bad defense is mostly because their running defense is awful. Their passing defense is not too bad. But I mean that's actually a good matchup for the Chargers because the Chargers just quite simply don't run the ball a whole lot. And I mean, they might, knowing that you guys have a bad run defense, that Brandon Staley might work it into the game plan. But I know their run blocking hasn't been particularly good either.
Yeah, we might be man the heads on home game. I really love our chances this week, man. Another thing that we're not talking about is how the Browns had statistically the fifth best offense in the league. Now, whether that full goal is not because the Lions have the best offense in the league, and trust me, I ain't taking the Lions offense over the Chiefs offense, the Bengals offense, that one.
Lions are pretty damn good offense, man. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a problem. And so is TJ Hawkins. I mean, they got weapons. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're nice. But, I mean, like...
I wouldn't take Jared Goff over Joe Burrow.
Well, yeah, but... I mean, I wouldn't take Jacoby Brissett over about 10 quarterbacks in the league.
I wouldn't take Jacoby Brissett over, 29 quarterbacks in the league.
But he's leading the fifth best offense in the league.
Kevin Stefanski's a good coach.
Thank you for saying that, by the way. Because people like me and you, we think that, right? We're like, hey, man, this coach right here, this guy. Watching Kevin Stefanski play calling, you're like, this formation is great, it's magnificent. And then they're like, the defense breaks down. And then I'm like, man, Joe Woods needs to be fired. People are like, we need to fire Kevin Stefanski. Like, what's wrong with y'all people?
Well, Kevin Stefanski did hire Joe Woods.
I just feel like, by the way, if you're a Clevelander and you think Kevin Stefanski should be fired, you're stupid. Like you're just plain stupid or over emotional or both. In fact, here's my biggest problem with Cleveland in general. And I'm not afraid to call out my own fan base because Clevelanders are stuck with, especially the older generation. They have this such loser mentality, this such loser mindset that played when they were kids. Oh, I'm driving a fumble. Get the hell up, driving a fumble. Like that was 30 years ago. They cry, dude. They cry about that every day. Can you imagine crying about something that happened in the 80s in football?
I mean, I still cry about Jeremy Hill fumbling the ball in 2015, but I think it's a little different.
Look, man. Look.
2016, actually.
Look, man. The Guardians are in the playoffs right now. I don't care about the fact that they will beat 2016. If they're in the World Series, they've been in the World Series. I'm like, well, 2016. I'm not sure we can win it. That's how Browns fans think. That's how if you ever play a sport, if you get another shot to win the very next day, if you go in the mindset thinking that, I lost yesterday, so I'm probably going to lose today, if you have that mindset, you defeat yourself to play the game. And that's my problem with old school Browns fans, the 80s Browns fans. They're stuck with this loser mentality. I actually talked to my uncle earlier today, and he was like, man, I was like, yeah, the Guardians have a playoff game this weekend, and the Browns have a football game this weekend. They could be playing, the Browns have, and the Guardians could all be playing a home game on the very same day this weekend. That's a real possibility. So I'm like, all right, so it's an exciting weekend. The Guardians can beat the Rays, and the Browns can beat the Chargers. My uncle's response is, they're probably all going to lose because it's Cleveland. That's so illogical. What does the fact that it being Cleveland have to do with the logic of the fact the players? The players are the people in control of their destiny. The players are the ones who are in control. And the fact of the matter, every single person that played in the 80s have been playing football for at least 20 years. So why the fuck are we still talking about it? It's illogical, it's stupid, it's ignorant. If you're stuck with that mindset, you're idiotic. You're stuck with a loser mentality. You have no progression in your life. You refuse to look at statistics and facts, and you just stay in your own rut because you have no thinking capacity to think beyond what is reality. Reality is always changing. Reality is always growing. Things are always evolutionizing. Things are not like the 80s no more. Shut up and evolve or die. Those are the two options. Evolve or survival to finish. Okay? Shut the fuck up. When we lose, then cry. But shut the fuck up, please. Shut the fuck up, y'all. Enjoy the moment, please. God.
I'm getting the raw Thomas Stargell right now. Not that you're always raw.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I don't hold back.
That's good. I'm glad you don't. All right, so about a half hour in the podcast. Let's go ahead and move on to predictions.
Yes.
That's it. I'm excited too. But just to wrap up a little bit, I think the Browns have an opportunity to beat the Chargers. It's really going to. The thing is, Jacoby Brissett is going to need to come play with his big boy versus him, because one of the things the Chargers are really good at this year is rushing, guys. Now, the Browns, to be fair, have a really good. Anybody watching right now, so it's not. The Browns, to be fair, have a really and remove that from the studio. Where are we at? 6-0 Broncos. Jeez. You know, I had the game on the radio while I was driving. Had the game on the radio while I was driving, but only on the way up. The way back, I was talking to my son. So sounds like, oh my God, Matt Ryan just threw a pick. What a time to come back. What a time to get right back to it, huh? Jeez, man. Oh my God. Y'all follow me on Twitter, you see that I just tweeted out, this isn't even a good offensive game. This is just a bad defense. Or no, other way around. This isn't even a good defensive game. It's just all bad offense. Russell Wilson can't hit the broadside of the barn. Matt Ryan can't hit the broadside of a barn unless that broadside of the barn is an opposing defender. There's a flag on the play. Looked like Russell Wilson took a bit of a hit, but, the camera's panning to a bunch of Broncos. Pass interference on the defense. Okay, so I guess it was neither of the things that I was thinking. Pass interference on the defense, and that's the best offensive play for the Broncos all game. Oh boy, it's probably not, but you know what I mean. There's been a whole lot of nothing tonight. Whole lot of nothing. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation. Hands the ball off to Melvin Gordon. He's going to go ahead for about 5 yards on the play. That's a pretty decent run. When I left earlier, the Broncos running the the run blocking on the offensive line just looked atrocious. So I don't know. Did they, like I said, I was listening a little on the radio, but I didn't listen to it as intensely as I kind of wanted to. So I don't know how the run blocking has looked while I've been gone, but that looked pretty good. 2nd and 6. Take 4-yard pickups on the ground all day. Russell Wilson, shotgun snap, hands the ball off again to Melvin Gordon, who almost. Oh my God! Did he fumble that? I think they're calling him down. They're calling him down, but he almost fumbled again. It was crazy because there for a second, and holding on the offense, by the way, so that's coming back anyway. But it was crazy because it looked like he was going to get tackled behind the line, and then he broke out of the tackle and went ahead. And yeah, his knee was definitely down before that ball got knocked out. Looks like Leonard, maybe? No? Speed, I guess, is the one who knocked the ball out, but his knee was down on the ground when it got knocked out. So, all right, 2nd and 16. Not good for the Broncos. That holding penalty is kind of erasing and turning into an okay drive. Russell Wilson looking around, finds Jerry Jeudy, who just drops it. That's just the story of the game, isn't it? Just everybody's just dropping passes left and right. Broncos are winning this game by default right now. The fact that they've got 2 field goals so far is kind of a miracle. God, what a terrible game this has been so far. I just wanted to watch some good football, man. Not getting that tonight. Not getting any good football tonight, that's for sure. All right, Russell Wilson, shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Rolls back about 3 or 4 yards on that. Gets the ball off. He actually catches it this time. That's Boone, number 26. He's going to go ahead for about 3 or 4 yards. Really, it's about like an 8-yard pickup, but like, 4 or 5 of those yards are in the backfield. Mike Boone, 26. Mike Boone. Play. Good one there. Unfortunately, it's 4th and 11 because the rest of the plays that drive are terrible. No, I mean, they started all right. All right, Waitman with the punt. And it's going to be caught roughly. Oh, no, it's not at all. What? Yeah, it's going to be down about the 15-yard line. Looked like the Colts punt returner was like halfway across the other side of the field and was looking up in the air like, oh, I got it. And then just the ball came down on the complete opposite side of the field. It was like, wait, what were you doing over there? I don't know, but it came down on like the 16-yard line and kind of bounced to the 15, but it didn't really move one way or the other. Pretty much dead spot at the 15-yard line. So decent punt there. Avoided a touchback, so you gained about 10 yards on what would have been if you'd gone in the end zone. I suppose. All right. Oh man, what if you wanted to watch offense, this was not the game to watch. If you wanted to watch defense, this was not the game to watch either, because the defense is really just kind of like hanging out there, like they're not even really doing. I mean, there's been a few sacks here and there, and there was an interception, but like, they were all gimmies too. Like it wasn't like this crazy, these amazing crazy moves that have been happening. It's just been bad play by the offenses. The defense is just kind of standing there like, not gonna do anything. Okay. Offense, you want to come back out here and try? Oh no, you don't. Okay, all right. Well, I guess we'll go back out there. And it's just a cycle of like nothing really happening. It's just a whole game of nothing. Nothing happening on either side. I don't really know what to say. By the way, if anybody's watching and you were watching during that errand break that we had earlier, could you let me know if like the audio was working on that? Because I was having some troubles with that before I started. So I wasn't sure if the audio actually came through and if you were just watching like a silent clip of me and Thomas just kind of like doing whatever we did on the last episode of the Battle podcast. Because I was trying to give you something to watch because I had to go get my son. But I was having technical difficulties and it didn't seem like it was coming through on my end. But I wasn't sure if that was just a my end problem when it was coming in. I guess like if y'all don't get back to me, I'll probably just go and watch. Like after this is all over, I'll go and watch and see if it worked. But it kind of feels like it didn't work. I don't know. New Rings of Power show. I hear people talking smack about it. They're saying like, oh, it's the Rings of Power is a bad show. But I mean, it's like man, I'm kind of interested. Like, if it's on Amazon, so I'm not watching it. I don't do business with Amazon. I will not do business with them. But I am interested in that show. Just at least just the concept, the background of all the rings and everything like that. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, finds. Is that Pittman? That is Pittman. Yes, finds Pittman on the slant route. Gets about 10 yards on that play. It's a short slant, but still gets about 10 yards on the play, so that's a good offensive play by the Colts there. And I will say one thing, like if we're gonna have a bad game, can the Colts at least score? So if we're gonna have a bad game, can we at least have a close game? Like that'd be nice. I mean, it's close right now. Obviously, the Colts can get ahead with a touchdown, but it's just like, do you trust them to get a touchdown? Because I don't. Anyway, that's gonna be what is it? Dane Jackson? What was his name again? Jackson, number 35 for the Colts. Deion Jackson. Dane Jackson's the guy from the Bills. But that was Deion Jackson, about a 3-yard run pickup there. So once again, nothing happening on offense. Yay! It's like I'm not even like, I don't really care who wins this game that much. Like, I just want to see the Colts get a touchdown so that we can have some action. right. Wow. Matt Ryan takes the snap and pretty much immediately has pressure on him. Horrible blocking by the offensive line. And he's just got to get rid of the ball. Awful. Just awful. Awful pass blocking. In fairness, that's Browning, number 56 of the Broncos there. He really just gets the snap off real quick on Pryor. That was actually a good defensive play. But it was also equally a bad offensive play. So I mean, we still kind of have that problem. It's the defenses are making some really good plays, but I mean, for the most part, it's just the offenses are just inept. And that's not fun, man. Matt Ryan throws, and it's caught this time by number 14. About a 9-yard pickup. Second down and 1 yard to go. 14 is Alec Pierce. Oh, he's the guy from UC, isn't he? Alec Pierce. He's the former UC wide receiver, isn't he? I think. So yeah, I'm rooting for Alec Pierce. I mean, if I had to pick a team that I'm rooting for, I think I like the Broncos as a I grew up with the Broncos being my second favorite team, right? Never would root for them if it was negative for the Bengals, but in any sort of neutral situations, I'd always go to the Broncos because I was a big John Elway fan when I was a kid, and I definitely think that's short of the line. I think they're reviewing it because they're trying to argue that it was a first down, but I don't think it was a first down. The Colts are actually challenging it, so I don't know what's going on there. I don't are they trying to argue forward progress? Because I didn't see at any point that he was really across the line. I don't know about that challenge. But yeah, anyway, I was a big John Elway fan when I was a little kid, and I was a Jake Plummer fan. Didn't really like Jake Cutler though. Once Jake Cutler came to town, I kind of started losing a little bit of interest in the Broncos. And like I said, I was never a Broncos fan. I was always a Bengals fan. It's but the Bengals were always bad, so it was nice to have a team that might potentially not be bad. When the season was over, to kind of maintain some sort of rooting interest after the Bengals were playing anymore. But again, it was Jake Cutler. I never really liked Jake Cutler, and really, honestly, after him, I really got on board with Tim Tebow, and not because I'm a Christian or anything like that, just because I like people who kind of break the mold. And Tim Tebow, obviously, the mold of the NFL, they're all Christian, or they all purported at the time, they all purported to be Christians, and they all had this very religious kind of thing about them and everything like that. But nobody was as abrasive about it as Tim Tebow was. And while I'd probably be very annoyed by him if I knew him in real life, I just find chaos fun. So I kind of liked Tim Tebow, especially when he beat the Steelers. That was awesome. But I was just really honestly, after Jake Cutler, I kind of started being less of a real fan of the Broncos. I never liked Peyton Manning as a human being. So when he went to the Broncos, and I thought it was cool the Broncos won a Super Bowl, but at the same time, I kind of already started moving away from the Broncos being my second favorite team. If I had to pick a team now, I think it'd be the Jaguars, honestly. It's weird. The Jaguars are so bad, and it's just maybe I just enjoy pain. Oh, you know what? Actually, looking at that replay, I think actually he did come across the first down marker. Obviously, they were pausing it there and seeing where it was, but I think he might have come down past the marker afterwards. So that might actually be a good challenge. If you're watching right now, leave a comment. I'll put you up on the screen. We'll have a nice little talk, but not entirely sure what they said happened there. They're saying 1st and 10, so I guess they overturned the call. I do now that I've seen the full replay. I do agree with that. That actually is a good challenge. So fuck me. I said it was stupid, but obviously a very good challenge. Very clear on the replay that he came down past the marker. So good challenge there by Frank Reich. All right, Matt Ryan. Empty formation in backfield. He's in shotgun. And he takes a snap, rolls back a little tiny bit, but not too much. Finds a man, picks up about probably 6 yards on the play. That's Phillip Lindsay, who's the wide, like fully left wide receiver on that play, like all the way wide. We got the running back doing wide receiver duty on that play, but whatever, worked out. So yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, I refuse to have anything to do with Amazon. I will not do business with them. If I ever get to the point where, like, you know, I've got enough viewership and stuff, like have sponsors and stuff, I will not take an Amazon sponsorship. I hate them. I will never do business with them. I do not want anything to do with them as an organization. I think they're a gigantic, like they're like, I mean, like most corporations are evil, but like Amazon's just like blatantly evil. Like their whole business model is let's be evil. So I will not do business with Amazon. To be clear, I know like Thursday Night Football, it's like, you know, the Amazon whatever is on the screen. I'm not watching it on Amazon. I'm watching it on NFL Game Pass International through NordVPN. By the way, if you want to do that yourself, link in the description to get 69% off your first month of NordVPN. Kick back a little bit to my channel too if you use that link. But yeah, that's the way I'm watching. I wouldn't be doing this if I had to watch it on Amazon. Like I will not do business with Amazon. Period. Point blank. I refuse. The fact that the NFL is doing a bunch of business with them, like, I don't know. It bothers me, but that's kind of a strong thing to say because it's just like, I mean, the NFL is a huge corporation. To expect them not to do business with Amazon just because I don't like them probably isn't like realistic. So I mean, I guess like on a fundamental level, I'm a little disappointed every time I see Amazon and the NFL like doing business together. But I also like I wouldn't expect them not to. Like it'd be about par for the course of what you expect out of a large corporation like the NFL. But I personally choose not to do business with Amazon and will not ever. And honestly, the fact that I've said the name on this thing is probably not good. It's generating discussion, and it'd be like the worst ad of all time because I'm talking about how much they suck. But any publicity is good publicity, I guess. Sometimes. Good to see Andrew Whitworth in the broadcast right now, man. That's cool. Like, I like Andrew. Like, such a shame that he had to like go to the Rams and beat us in the Super Bowl. That makes me sad. I know he probably thought this. He was like, yeah, I beat my old team, but it's just like, it's not like he had a chance to win one with his old team. They didn't give him a chance, which is really sad. All right, back to the game, and it looked like the Colts got a false start on what was going to be a shotgun formation today. So Bernard Raymond once again, man, he's not doing good with the penalties tonight. It's probably going to be brought up on practice on. When would practice be? Like, I mean, like when you have a Thursday night game, is your next practice on Monday, or do you practice before that? Like, do you just have the rest of the week off? I guess you would because you have a short week and then you need some recovery time. I don't know exactly how it works, but next time they have practice, Bernard Raymond's probably going to be here. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, throws, got Michael Pittman. Broncos try to chop that ball out of his hands, and he was not having any of it. And he's just like, nope, no thank you. It's about 15 yards on the pickup. Good play there by the Colts offense. Like I said, right now I'm just hoping they get a touchdown so that this turns into a competitive game. Don't really care who wins. All right, Matt Ryan throws the ball out to Alec Pierce, and I thought he caught that. It would have only been about a 5-yard pickup, but still, I thought he caught that. Ref signals that he did not catch it, so let's see if they get a replay. I guess they're not going to give us a replay. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, it was low. I thought he caught it, but I'm not going to die on that. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap. Looks around, pumps, can't find anybody. Does eventually find somebody. It's caught, but I think he might have been out of bounds. I think the refs are saying out of bounds. That's Campbell. That is number 1, Harris Campbell. Catch, but I don't think he was able to keep his feet in bounds, unfortunately. Let's see. We got a replay. Harris Campbell goes up, full control of the ball, and his heel does come down out of bounds, but he gets his toes down. I think actually that stupid NFL rule that says, toe drags are great, but toe clamps are not okay if the heel comes down out of bounds. That's stupid. Damn shame he didn't drag his toes. He just touched his toes, but you can't do that apparently. So I mean it is correct. That is out of bounds due to the stupid rule. Robbed T. Higgins of a touchdown a couple weeks ago. The Bengals ended up getting a touchdown on that drive anyway, so it's not. I mean, we lost that game. I think it was the Cowboys game. We lost that game, but it wasn't because of the robbed touchdown. We still got a touchdown on that drive, but it's still stupid, man. Like T. Higgins deserved to have one more touchdown this year, and I guess by association, Jamar Chase deserves to have one less touchdown this year, because while he certainly absolutely deserved that touchdown that he got, the Bengals should not have been in a position to need to get a touchdown there anyway. They should have already had one with T. Higgins. Whatever, I think T. Higgins will be fine. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap. Pulls back about 4 yards, runs back up, and there's a flag on the play. Don't really know what the flag is, but he dumps the ball off for a first down to Ashton Doolin. 16, Ashton Doolin. Not entirely sure who that is, but alright. Offsides by the Broncos, so it was a free play anyway, and Matt Ryan still made the play. But the pocket did break down, and the offsides might have had something to do with why the pocket broke down, but Matt Ryan handled that broken pocket quite well, which is something that he has not been doing very much all year. He has not been very good at managing pressure. He did very good at it on that play. Good enough that they declined the penalty. Take that if you're Colts fan. All right, so got the ball at the 25, 26-yard line. Matt Ryan throws, and it is caught. Caught by Michael Pittman Jr., number 11. And they're kind of scrapping a little bit there at the bottom of the tackle, but it turns into nothing. So that's I think the Broncos were trying to rip the ball out, but he was well down by that point. So give up, dude. At this point, you're gonna end up causing a personal foul. You keep fighting like that. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap. Got pressure all over him. He gets out of the first sack, but is not able to get out of the second one. And he drops the ball, but the ball's down, and it's recovered by the Colts. But it doesn't matter because he's down. Even if he wasn't down, holy roller. Can't advance a fumble. Frank Reich is screaming for a timeout, which I understand. He only got 28 seconds left in the quarter, in the half, and you've got 2 timeouts left. So you want to give your offense as much time as you possibly can to get something. Man, come on, let's get a touchdown, Colts. Again, to be clear, I am not rooting for the Colts necessarily. I don't really care who wins this game. I just want to see something. I want to see it be competitive. I'd love to see the Colts get a touchdown here, so that the Broncos are on their toes. Both teams. I want to see both teams on their toes. I don't want to see this. Because so far all it's been is just bad offense all game. Nothing compelling, nothing interesting to watch. Except the Broncos have got a couple field goals. Their offense has been slightly less abysmal than the Colts. But it'd be real nice if we could get something. Just some sort of interest here. I don't care about the Colts. I don't really care about the Broncos. Not really that big of a deal. I just want to see something fun to watch. Matt Ryan fumbling the ball quite a bit this season, but that one was not a fumble because he was well down by the time the ball came out. Okay, so it looks like the Colts actually got that timeout with 41 seconds left to go, so that's probably part of why Frank Reich was screaming, because he was like, I took a timeout, and okay, now they're saying it's 30 seconds, and so he's still mad. He's yelling at him. He's like, no, I took it at 41 seconds, and the refs are like, no, we're going to call it 30 seconds. So, I mean, I'd be mad too if I was Michael Pittman Jr. is motioning to the left. Matt Ryan takes a shotgun snap. Can't find anybody open. Once again is sacked. Now they're out of field goal range. Christ, dude. Third down. I think at this point, like, all you've done is get sacked the last 2 plays. Can you at least get back in the field goal range? Like, it is third down. You do have a second. Now I wonder, did the Colts take a timeout? Because that would be their last timeout. And so, I mean, if that was their last timeout, they're probably going to have to try to throw to the sideline to get out of bounds. Well, no, you got 21 seconds. So, I mean, you could probably, like, get a pass play off and then, like, go spike. Well, no, you can't spike the ball because it'll be 4th down. Because it's 3rd and 38. So you're gonna have to basically get out of bounds if you want to play this game. It's like you're not getting the field goal unit out in 21 seconds. And then obviously you can't spike the ball because that would just be a turnover on downs. Matt Ryan gets the ball out to the sideline and he does get out of bounds. So that puts the Colts back in field goal range. And the Colts have notably had some pretty bad kicking issues this year. So this is no guarantee. But they're going to go for the field goal here. And who was the Colts kicker? Like, it was Rodrigo Blankenship, and he was missing field goal and got cut. So now it's Chase McLaughlin. Wow. Ex-Browns kicker. Who I thought was actually pretty good, but I also understand that he's missing kick too. So. But that was like a 52-yard kick. It's just like, it's not the end of the world if you miss something like that. Chase McLaughlin takes the kick. It's up, and it looks good. Looks good to me. It's good all day. Say that kick would have been good for 58 yards. Nice. It would have been nice if that 152-yarder would have been good for 58 yards, huh? Sucks to suck, man. But that was a pretty decent kick there by Chase McLaughlin, so good on you. I like Chase McLaughlin. Me and Thomas talked about him a lot on the Battle of Ohio podcast. Just because kicking issues were such an issue for the Browns prior to him, and he kind of stabilized things, but then the Browns moved on, and now they got who is their kicker now? I should know who their kicker. I mean, we've talked about it, like on the podcast. Me and Thomas have talked about the Browns kicker. I don't remember who he is for whatever reason off the top of my head. I'm gonna kick myself when I see it. Cade York. Yeah, they drafted him. That was a whole big thing that Thomas was talking about. It sucks that we didn't do much of this offseason because I had I was throwing my career to the wolves and everything like that, and there was all this craziness this offseason. I wasn't able to keep up with the channel. And Thomas, I think, Thomas was recording music videos and stuff for the summer, so we didn't really get to talk much about it over the offseason. And so much happened between the Bengals and the Browns. The Bengals and the Browns have one of the most active offseasons I've ever seen either of them. It's such a shame that we didn't get the So there's a flag on the kickoff. Looks like it's on the kicking team, which would be the Colts, by the way. So the Broncos are going to have offsides, okay, I guess on the Colts. On the kick. It's weird. I would imagine the Broncos are just going to kneel on it here. Because you got 12 seconds left. It's not like the Colts can take a timeout anyway. Matt Ryan looks just as confused as I am. Yep, 12 seconds left in the quarter. I would imagine the Broncos are going to come down and kneel on it. But I don't know, with decent field position and Russell Wilson being Russell Wilson, I wonder if he's going to try a moonball. Looks like the Broncos got a cornerback, Darby, who's questionable to return with a knee injury. So that's unfortunate for him. Hopefully he comes back. Well, I mean, hopefully he's okay. I think it's a better thing to say. Hopefully he comes back if he can come back. Okay, so I guess they're just redoing the kick, and they're losing 5 yards on the potential kick. So I thought the Broncos would have had it at good field position, but either way, this is it's going to be returned. All right, so let's see what happens. And it was a terrible decision to return it. Should have just like, you know, should have just left that. Should have just like fair caught the ball in the end zone because he only gets to about the 12-yard line before he gets swallowed up. So yeah, we got 4 seconds left. I think. Are they saying there was a fumble? They're saying he fumbled the ball. I think they're also saying the Broncos recovered. Oh my God! Can you imagine? God, he fumbled that. Let's see what happens. 12. And yep, he fumbled that ball. But the Broncos are all over. They're able to take control of it. So it would have been 4 seconds. If the Colts had got that, it would have been 4 seconds left on like the 20-yard line. And they probably would have taken another field goal and we'd be going into half tie. Which is exactly what I would want to see, by the way. Like, again, no disrespect to the Broncos or whatever. I'm not rooting against the Broncos. I just want to see a competitive football game. And I guess it's technically competitive right now. It's a 3-point ball game. But it doesn't really feel very competitive. It feels like the Broncos are just going to... Like, it feels like the Broncos are barely ahead right now. And they're just basically going to be able to, like, manage a very tiny lead for the rest of the game. And, I mean, we might end with the game 6-3. We're going into halftime 6-3. The way those offenses look, it might end 6-3. This is disgustingly bad. God, man. Do we play the Broncos? I hope we play the Broncos this year. Look at my... If you are a AFC team, you got to be licking your chops looking at the Broncos team right now. Let's see. Bengals schedule. Since we're at halftime, we just kind of bullshit about whatever now. For about 15 minutes anyway, then we're going to get back to this game. But let's see. Broncos. No, we do not play the Broncos. That's unfortunate. Because Joe Burrow would have himself. I don't think it'd be a super high-scoring game for the Bengals because, I mean, we saw that last year. The Bengals beat the Broncos, but it wasn't a super high-scoring game. The Broncos' defense is pretty good. Pat Surtain is probably the best cornerback in the NFL right now. But I don't know. Like, the Bengals' defense would eat the Broncos' offense alive. Like, it wouldn't even be funny. Like Russell Wilson would be like toast. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to see a Bengals-Broncos matchup this year because I don't think eventually the Broncos are going to start running into teams that are good, and they're not going to be able to. They're winning games right now because they're going up against offenses like the Colts and the 49ers, right? But if they go up against good teams, they won't win. So I cannot imagine any world where the Broncos make the playoffs. So I think, despite a bad start, I do think the Bengals are going to make the playoffs. So that's kind of cool. But the Broncos, I do not think are going to make the playoffs. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get a Bengals-Broncos matchup this year. Makes me sad because, knowing our luck, we're probably going to get them next year. And next year, I think the Broncos offense is going to look a lot better. Like, once Russell Wilson has a year to adjust to the whole thing, I think, they're going to understand how to run a Russell Wilson offense. Because I think right now the problem is they're not really, the offense isn't designed around Russell Wilson's strengths. And, I mean, you kind of have to expect that because, these human beings have never worked together before. But yeah, I think that's the problem. I think the Broncos are slowly adjusting to Russell Wilson as much as he's slowly adjusting to them. So I think next year the Broncos offense will be fine. I think next year the Broncos could potentially be a contender. But obviously that is not happening. You know what? I am. Nobody's watching right now anyway. Maybe somebody watches this later, but it'll most likely be, somebody who's already on my channel, which I imagine would be somebody who is a Bengals fan, and a Broncos or a Colts fan. So, you know what? I'm curious about what I expect out of the rest of the Bengals schedule. So obviously the Bengals are 2-2 right now, after, somehow managing to lose their first two games, despite the fact they had every opportunity to win both of those games. Lost both of them by 3 points. The week one, by the way, they really actually would have won. Like that game ended up going to overtime, but the Bengals actually scored what was supposed to be the game-winning touchdown at the end of that game, and then Evan McPherson missed the extra point because the long snapper got hurt, and Mitch Wilcox had no chemistry with Kevin Huber. So, but I mean that's neither here nor there. The point is the Bengals have really kind of turned things around. I think the last 2 weeks we've seen a lot more who the Bengals actually are. The offense hasn't been quite as high-powered as you might think they would be, but I think they're still putting a few things together. But they're winning games the way you expect them to win games. The game against the Jets and the Dolphins, those games weren't really close either. In both cases, the Jets game, we won by 13 points, almost 2 touchdowns. And the Jets game, we won by more than 2 touchdowns. So it's just like if only we could have finished off the Steelers a normal. And then the Cowboys, we just had so many opportunities to come away with a win in that game, and we just kind of screwed it up, Lost that game on a last-second field goal. 2 weeks in a row that happened. But we're kind of getting it together now, so let's see the rest of the schedule. I wonder, where do I currently stand on what I expect the final record to be based off of what I've seen from the Colts? So I think we'll beat the Ravens this week. On Sunday, I think we'll beat the Ravens. So let's see. The Saints, I think we'll beat the Saints in New Orleans. Falcons in Cincinnati. I mean, we got to win that game, right? Tell me a 5-game win streak. Man. At Cleveland, I think we'll win that game. I'd imagine we should probably be able to win that game. Our defense is better than their defense, and our offense is better than their offense. So, so that's 6. Panthers might be the worst team in the NFL right now, 7. Then we got a bye week. Then we got the Steelers, in Pittsburgh. There's no way we lose to them twice, especially after what happened the first week. I think we win that game too. Then in Tennessee, I think it's maybe I just need to believe in the Bengals a little bit, but it just seems like it's such an unsustainable amount of winning that we gotta lose that game against the Titans, right? I would imagine at that point. I think we can beat the Titans, but at that point, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row, which I already am that seems like a lot, It already kind of seems like a lot of wins in a row for the Bengals. So, as much as I would like to say just keep it up, it just feels like the Bengals are not going to stay winning that much. That's just not how they operate. They don't do that. All right, but I could totally see us going on a run here for a minute. So, we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's at 8-3. So 8-2 with the win over the Steelers, and then 8-3. I think we'll probably lose to the Titans in Tennessee in a probably relatively meaningless Week 12 game because the Bengals will be in pretty good position, and the Titans I don't think they're very good this year. So I don't know. We'll see that. Week 13, hosting the Chiefs. Honestly, that one could go either way, but every time we played the Chiefs lately, we've beaten them. So, I think we can win that. So, what's that, 9-3? It's 9-3? I don't know why I can't remember what the score is. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9-3. So 9-3, heading into Week 14, hosting the Browns. Deshaun Watson will be back by then, and honestly, I think he's going to be rusty as hell. And not to mention, this Browns offense isn't exactly inspiring anyway. So, I think we win that game too. So, what's that, 10-3? 10-3 at Tampa Bay, I mean, unless Tom Brady like deteriorates, that one's in Tampa Bay. That one seems like a tough ask for the Bengals on that one. So let's call that 10-4. At New England, the Patriots are bad. So I mean, by then Mac Jones will probably be back, but that's not necessarily that good of a thing. He's not very good either. But I'll call that a win for the Bengals. So that's 11-4, and then hosting the Bills, Week 17. At that point, you're potentially playing for first place in the AFC. So, I don't know. I think we can beat the Bills. It'll be a tough game, I think, but by then the Bengals will be like in a rhythm and everything. So I'll call that a win for the Bengals, right? So 12-4, and then Week 18, hosting the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, I think that one's tough to decide, right? Like, I mean, I think we're better than the Ravens for sure. I don't even know if they're going to be fighting for playoff spots at that point. I don't think they're any good. But at the same time, are the Bengals resting their starters that week? Like, I guess it depends. If we are still fighting for the number 1 seed, then I think we will. So, I mean, hell, let's call it 13-4. And I think 13-4 is quite possible, which I know sounds crazy because we started the year 2-0, but don't forget that an outlying circumstance here and there is the difference between us being 4-0 and 2-2 right now. So, I mean, quite frankly, we could, if we were 4-0 right now, if we had, like, if Clark Harris doesn't get hurt Week 1 and, you know, like, we actually finish off the Cowboys Week 2, then, you know, we're sitting at 4-0 right now, and I sit here and I say 13-4, and none of y'all bat an eye. Hell, I say 15-2. None of y'all probably bat an eye. So is it all that crazy for me to say 13-4 with the way things are looking right now? Especially with, like, honestly, our cupcake-ass schedule. Like, we got a couple tough games at the end of the year, but the AFC North's so bad right now that, like, I mean, really, you got to look at the schedule and think, hey, that should be, like, what we got, like, 5 AFC North games left. So that should be 5 more wins for the Bengals right there. And then other teams include the Panthers, Falcons, the Saints, quite honestly. I mean, the Patriots. Like, come on, man. And then, like, you know, you got a rolling and confident Bengals team up against the Bills, potentially for the AFC crown. Well, for the regular season AFC crown in Week 17. And you're hosting them. I don't see any reason why, you know, I don't think it's crazy to say that the Bengals could, you know, I don't think it's crazy for me to say that I would favor the Bengals in that game. Now, again, we're talking about Week 17, so obviously things have a good chance of looking way different in Week 17. Who knows? Maybe the Bills just look like, you know, an unstoppable juggernaut at that point. And, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But just projecting from what I'm looking at right now, it's just like I mean, yeah, I know 13-4 seems crazy after we started 0-2, but I mean, part of it's just honestly the schedule is so cupcake. Like we honestly have from my perspective, a really easy looking schedule. And I think I would prefer to have a tough schedule because, like, you want to be battle tested going into the playoffs. But the reality situation is what the reality of the situation is. It looks like a really easy schedule to me. So I really think, like, definitely double-digit wins based off what I'm saying. I said 13-4, but I mean, hell, like 10-7. You know, that's like if 3 of those games don't go the way that I think they're going to go, that's still 10-7, right? So, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of fun to be had for the Bengals this year. Now, maybe I'm just saying that because I'm riding high after a 2-2 start, but I really think, just from a matchup perspective, from an on-paper perspective, the Bengals really should run through the rest of the schedule. Shouldn't be any issue. But anyway, we're back to the game. Colts are going to kick off for the Broncos. Broncos are going to get the ball first in the second half. The score is 6-3. Awful first half. I've said many times, you know, I like defensive games. I like games where defenses play well and are exciting to watch and stuff like that. But these defenses have not necessarily been exciting to watch because the offenses have been so bad. The defense is, really just like, all the defenses had to do is just like, finish a couple of things here and there. There's been some good plays, but not any spectacular plays. It's been mostly just offense falling apart. All right, Russell Wilson's going to fake the handoff, going to roll right, and he does find a man for about 10 yards on the pickup. It's going to be Sauber. Is that his name? Number 82? I think I said his name earlier. Yeah, Eric Sauber. That's his name. Formerly of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't remember that. I don't remember him there. And I remember most people. Like, I'm that weird guy who knows most every player on any roster, even the guys who are the 4th-string practice squad players. Obviously not all of them, but more than your average fan, right? And I don't remember that guy's name. Russell Wilson, shotgun snap, finds a guy wide open, but gets it way behind him. That was a terrible throw. That was, honest to God, an awful throw there by Russell Wilson. And that was, who was that? 87. Dude, Jelani Woods on the Broncos? Interesting. I didn't realize he got picked up by the Broncos. It's good for him. So I was over here talking about how great our lads is earlier. And I don't think to see this guy on the depth chart, so I might have to go to the Broncos roster. Anyway, Russell Wilson fumbles the ball, gets back on top of it, but before his buttons all over and brings him down. Not before Russell Wilson fumbles, but he is able to have the awareness to get back on top of that ball. So now that right there was a really good play by the Colts. That's the kind of thing. That's the kind of defense I enjoy watching. Because that was just it was partially the Broncos defense being a bit inept, but it was that was mostly a great play by the force button. So I absolutely got to give him credit for that. All right, so number 87 is Eric Tomlinson, by the way. Russell Wilson tries to throw the ball on 3rd and 17, does pick up about 7 yards on the play, but it's going to be 4th and 10. And the Broncos are going to come back out to punt. Just a bunch of punts, right? Hey, at least we got to see one exciting play. Eric Tomlinson is a tight end, by the way, for the Broncos. Must have just been picked up because he's not on our lads. Eric Tomlinson, let's see. Broncos punts, and there's a flag down, by the way. Where's that a flag? I think it might just be a towel or something. It's caught and going to attempt to be returned there by number 34. Loses control of the ball, but the Colts fall back on top of it, and I don't think it's a fumble anyway. Looks like Eric Tomlinson, most recently of the Baltimore Ravens, released. I don't know. I guess just not. So it was on the Ravens active roster last November. I guess just didn't get re-signed and has been with the Broncos since March. So why he's not? Okay, no. Okay, I'm just kidding. He's on. Eric Tomlinson, number 87, unrestricted free agent from Baltimore. He's there. I'm just stupid. Ignore me. Eric Tomlinson. No, not that that play was interesting or anything happened. I was just, I was trying to figure out who the guy was. Russell Wilson. This is a really weird commercial. Why is he? What's that like skin condition that black people have where they have the really patchy they got patches of white skin. I forget what the condition's called, but it's like it must be like Russell Wilson's brother or something like that. Because it looks dead on Russell Wilson, but it's just got that patchy skin. God, I wish I remember the name of it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just don't remember the name of it. I don't remember the name of the condition. But I wonder, is that Russell Wilson's brother or something like that? Because because if that was like Russell Wilson playing that, first of all, I don't know why he would be just playing that. It seems a little disrespectful. But second of all, that would have had to be an incredible makeup job because it looked like real. So I imagine it was probably real, but it also looked like a clone of Russell Wilson. So I'm like, that's why I'm like trying to figure out is that like his twin brother? I don't think he has a twin brother, right? Or there's just somebody who just happens to look just like him. I don't know. Not gonna bother looking it up. I'm not that curious. James championships. Oh yeah, new quarterback's coming in. Talking about that. Trying to talk about that with Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan. I don't know about that. So the graphics that they're showing on the game right now is they're talking about how like recent Super Bowl champions have all come from quarterbacks who veteran quarterbacks who have changed a long time team. But I don't think you're getting that out of Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan. Call me crazy. I just don't think it's happening. There's a good example. Matt Ryan gets the ball out to Alec Pierce. But it's like a 5-yard pickup. That's one of the more exciting offensive plays they've had all day. So, yeah, forgive me if I don't think he's going to the Super Bowl. When did Kirk Herbstreit start doing NFL games? I've always liked Kirk Herbstreit, by the way. Kind of wish he would do NFL games. Yeah, I guess he is now. All right, Matt Ryan's going to hand the ball off and going to go maybe about a yard, maybe 2 there to Phillip Lindsay. Not much on that play at all. It's going to be 3rd down and probably about 3 or 4 to go. Not sure what they're going to call it on the broadcast. They're calling it 3rd and 3. All right. Man, can we get something here on offense? Again, not trying to root against the Broncos, just rooting for some action, period, point blank. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, and got pressure all over him, but he gets the ball off eventually, and it's caught! Now, that was a good play. Now, that was a good play. That was impressive. Matt Ryan evading pressure. He's got dudes grabbing at him. Just ignores him, gets it to Alec Pierce for about a 10-yard pickup, and there's the 1st down on the play. Nice job, Matt Ryan. There we go. Something worth watching. One play so far, but it's still something worth watching. Love to see it. It's like, what was that, Baron Browning, I think maybe? Number 56 Browning, barreling down on him and getting his hands all over him, but just cannot grab him. Matt Ryan's going to hand the ball off to Jackson. Going to take it to the head for about 2 yards, I think. So let's see, number 56. This is another situation where I'm not seeing the guy. Am I blind again? There, no, I am blind. Baron Brown. So I was right, it's Baron Brown. He's another guy who I was following in the draft. Didn't remember that he got drafted by the Broncos. Cool by him. Matt Ryan under center, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Jackson once again. He's got a hole. One of the best running plays of the day right there. He's got about 15 yards, and that's another 1st down for the Colts. You love to see it. You love to see it just because you haven't seen anything else today. You love to see something, I think is a better way of saying that. So the Colts are at the very least in field goal right now. I mean, a touchdown would be nice because it would I think light a fire in the Broncos. Maybe we would see something. But hey, at least a field goal ties the game and it makes it more compelling than it is now. Matt Ryan's gonna hand the ball off once again to Jackson, who goes nowhere. Deion Jackson. Goes nowhere, swallowed up in the backfield. So it's gonna be about a 1-yard loss. There's that damn flag. Get out my freeze. Kill this motherfucker. Bernard Raymond just having a bad game today. Oh my god, he just gets destroyed on that play. Cannot block to save his life. Bernard Raymond, man. I thought he was going to be real good, but he's not looking good today. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap. Pump fakes once. Rolls out left. Throws looked like he was looking for Phillip Lindsay, but Phillip Lindsay was not aware that he was being looked for. So, bad play. Bad play there. So, 3rd and 11. Looking like we're heading for a field goal. Hey, we're going to get a tie game, though. I mean, you know, assuming he makes it. But I see, like, I know he missed one, but I believe in Chase McLaughlin. I know the Colts could get a first down here, so I mean, maybe I shouldn't be talking about kicker just yet. But no, knowing this offense today, I don't really see much more than that happening. Matt Ryan, shotgun formation, takes the snap. Takes about a 3-step drop, then like jumps backwards and tries to throw because I think he thought he was going to get sacked. Doesn't get it to anybody. It's 4th and 11, so as I said, you know, kicking time. Chase McLaughlin's going to come out and going to attempt about a 51-yard field goal. 51, I think. I think I'm right about that. Matt Ryan's pissed. Yeah, dude, Baron Browning has been all over this game today. Like he's got his like fingerprints all over. He is having a very good day as far as pressures go. Chase McLaughlin is lining up for, yes, it is a 51-yard attempt. I was correct about that. High snap, but the kick's up. It looks like it's good. It is good. That one would have been good from 62 yards. Once again, I think the Colts would have liked to have good from 58 or 62 yards or whatever last time. When Chase McLaughlin missed, I think it was a 52-yarder he missed. I love that punter's name. His name is Hack. Channel gets a little bigger. Maybe I clip that out and start, playing it on playing it for the fans. Hack. What a name, man! His name is Hack. And this fly is about to be dead. One of these days. If it would fucking land, I'd be like, dude, can you chill and let me kill you? Bastard. We're gonna get this fly by the end of the stream, I promise. And if I don't, then I'm about as effective as the Colts. Or the Broncos offense for that. Oh my God. What a game, he said sarcastically. Oh man. I'm kind of curious, like, what are the worst starts in NFL history for like over the first 5 games of the season? What are the worst starts ever? And how does this Broncos team compare? Because it can't be. I mean, they did okay against the Raiders offensively, but so it's probably not among the worst of all time. Jacob Conley, turn the music down. What music? You got music on? Oh, okay. Is that background music? That's actually working. I'm not hearing it at all. That's cool as hell. Also, good to see you, Conley. Haven't talked to you in a minute. Thanks for checking out the stream, man. So yeah, we got one of the worst games I've ever seen from an offensive perspective. Once again, I like defensive football games. This is just not a good defensive football game. Good to know that background music feature is working though, because I don't hear it at all. Gonna have to catch up with you, man. Been wondering how you've been because haven't heard from you in a minute. But anyway, getting back to this game now. Got about 8:51 left to go in the third quarter, and gonna be lining up for a kickoff. Game is tied now 6-6. Isn't that just beautiful, right? 6-6. Terrible game so far. Colts are going to kick it. It's going to be a touchback. And it's probably good because the last time the Broncos tried to return it, they only got it to the 12. So. The Walton Penner family group. Right, the Walmart family, they bought the Broncos. So Oh boy. Oh boy. Walmart's taking over the world, and they're starting with the Denver Broncos. By the end of and the NFL's doing business with Amazon. It's just like, by the end of the decade, it's going to be like, 3 or 4 corporations are going to just own the entire NFL. Whatever. Russell Wilson under center, hands the ball off, and gets about a yard, maybe 2 on the play. That's number 36. Who is that? Number 36, that's Devin Azigbo. Cool name, Azigbo. Devin Azigbo on the 1-yard pickup. Once again, Broncos offensive line can't do anything. They're just kind of looking like they're just out there existing, and they're getting in the Colts' way. A barrel of hay could do that too, but I guess it's better than them not being on the field. Russell Wilson fakes the handoff, bounces around. Gets hit a little bit. It's knocked. And oh my God, that is caught! Throws a moon ball. 2 Broncos defenders try to catch that, and they both do catch it. They come down with, I think, number 14 there. Cortland Sutton is going to end up coming away with the ball. But number 12, who is Montrell Washington, was up there, and I think he was the intended target. And Cortland Sutton also catches it. So Cortland Sutton kind of being a little greedy and taking away a pass that was intended for Mr. Washington there, and he never gets anything happening to him. So kind of sucks for him, but this is the only really incredible offensive play the Broncos have had all game. And immediately afterwards, Russell Wilson hands the ball off to Washington. So they're like, hey, sorry you didn't get that pass. Here, try a running play. So they try to get him the ball this time, see if he can do anything. And he does. He picks up about 9 yards. So good on you, Montrell Washington. Good on you, man. Glad you've been watching my videos, man. Like I said, I wasn't sure what happened. Like we were talking there for a second, and it's kind of like completely lost track of you. But I mean, it's okay. I'm not even doing that. I'm not even doing what we were talking about before anyway. Like that whole thing just didn't pan out for me. So I'm back to doing this, and I've got a couple other things going on, but I'm not doing the Northwestern Mutual thing anymore. All right. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Broncos. Really, really, really good offensive drive for them here, which they desperately needed. That's what I was saying, man. Like, I'm not rooting against the Broncos. I just want to see the Colts get some points so that the Broncos get a fire underneath them, and we actually get to see something interesting happen. And that's what we're seeing now. The Broncos are actually doing something interesting. All right, so Russell Wilson hands the ball off, and that one is going to get swallowed up behind the line. Melvin Gordon can't do anything with that. So that's unfortunate for him, but whatever. 2nd down, you're still in good position. I swear to God, you know what's probably going to happen? The Broncos are going to get a field goal. That's what's going to happen. We're going to have all this build up and just field goal. Anybody who's watching this game for fantasy purposes, this is not your night. Unless you got one of the kickers, I guess. You got Brandon McManus on your team. Or we got Chase. I can't imagine why you'd have Chase McLaughlin, but Brandon McManus might be a decent fantasy kicker. And as I'm saying all that, Russell Wilson goes down with a sack. DeForest Buckner's all over him. Golly. Oh, man. Man, there's some sort of curse put on offense tonight. I don't know what's going on out there. This is just awful. Oh, you said it's dumb loud. Yeah. Sorry, dude. Like I can't hear that background music at all. Like I had it playing. I'll just is it still loud? I'll go ahead and turn it off. I actually don't know what it sounds like at all because I can't hear it at all. Russell Wilson running around in the backfield, buying plenty of time. Nobody can get open, and he just throws the ball out of the end zone. But like the Colts should have had him like 3 or 4 times on that. Doesn't matter though. It is 4th down, and yep, 4th down. 4th down. Great way to finish the drive by the Colts defense. But again, really, I think it's just more of the Broncos offense being unable to actually get anything done. All right, so Brandon McManus is going to come out here for the 34-yard field goal attempt, and about to be 9-6. And it's blocked. It's blocked, so it's not even going to be 9-6. It's going to be 6-6. Wow, dude. Oh my God, that went nowhere, man. Yeah, blocked there by number 90. Who is number 90? I don't even have the Colts thing up. Colts are lads. Number 90 is Grover Stewart. I don't know who that is, but oh, it was fine where it's at. Okay. I also don't even know what it sounds like, so we're gonna put on different music now. So how about Into Space? I wonder what that's gonna sound like. Now, remember, I can't hear it right now, so maybe it sounds stupid. That is so weird. So hey, maybe that's kind of cool though, because like earlier, because I had to go get my son. Earlier I had to go get my son like during the game, so I had to play a little bit of the Battle of Ohio podcast to like give some airtime while I was gone. And I couldn't hear it, so I wasn't sure if there was any audio. But it sounds like if the music is if you're hearing the music, then maybe that means that earlier people could hear the Battle of Ohio podcast. So that actually works out. Glad to hear that the audio is actually working. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I cannot hear the audio at all on my end. I mean, I've got the headphones in. I've got it, turned up to whatever volume. It's definitely like, I go to my settings and it's like the audio is set to my my microphone, and the microphone is plugged into the headphones are plugged into the microphone. So, I mean, like it works perfectly fine whenever I'm doing the podcast and me and Thomas are talking to each other. I just, and when I do like, I go over here and I do like the like I've got these clips that I upload, like these little short clips. So like the intro to the Battle of Ohio podcast.
Welcome to the Battle of Ohio podcast, where we follow the revival of the historic rivalry between...
So I've got that up, and I'm not going to play the whole clip because this is not the Battle of Ohio podcast, but I've got that up, and I can hear that in my headphones, but I can't hear anything else. Okay, glad it's good music. I'm going to have to go back and watch this and see what it all sounds like. Normally on this channel, I do kind of like a rock vibe, but my buddy, you know him, Conley, Aaron McCorder, he's putting out music now, and he wrote this new track that I actually really like, and I'm using as the background in my videos now. So the most recent video that just came out, if you notice, the background music's a little different, and that's actually a track that Aaron McCorder just released. Anyway, Matt Ryan's going to fake the handoff, and he's just going to throw the ball away because I think he was trying to get that to number 83 there. Oh. Getting tangled up here. I think he was trying to get that out to number 83 there, but they were not on the same page, no communication. I don't know exactly what that was about, but not really good. It's not like it would have been like a 2 or 3 yard pickup anyway. It's not like it would have really gone anywhere, but trying to do something. Apparently Ashton Doolin got hurt. Number 16, the guy from earlier. So that's unfortunate for the Colts. Oh my God. Matt Ryan takes a shotgun snap and gets the ball off this time to what's his name? Jackson. D. Jackson. What's his name? God, why can I not remember his name? Deion Jackson. God, I don't know why I can't remember people's names half the time, but gets the ball off to Deion Jackson this time, but he gets swallowed up in the backfield. I think that's about a 5 yard loss, really. And I mean, the Broncos like pile drive him all the way back like about 20 yards, but forward progress is going to be about a 5 yard loss. So it's going to be 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15. All right, Matt Ryan takes a shotgun snap. Rolling around in the pocket, and it's intercepted! Oh, that was a terrible pass, too. Like, I don't know who the hell he was throwing to, but that is intercepted by the Broncos. And Matt Ryan is pissed, but it's all your fault, buddy. Like, that was a terrible pass. Like, you got nobody to be mad at but yourself. You had a guy, he wasn't like open, but like, you threw it way behind the guy, way down there. No way Michael Pittman's catching that ball with the Broncos defender right there. Like that was an awful pass by Matt Ryan. Like buddy, retire now, immediately. Like you're done after that. That was one of the worst interception passes I've ever seen. Like from an NFL quarterback, of course. Like obviously I would probably if I was in the NFL, every time I threw the ball, that would happen. but like I expect a little more out of Matt Ryan. All right. What the hell? Okay, so Russell Wilson fakes a handoff, doesn't see anybody open, has plenty of room to run, but he just chucks it into the dirt. Like he just like he does a little pitch pass into the dirt. Like I'm not even tired. Dude, Matt Ryan punched the bench. He's so mad at himself, as he should be. That was a terrible pass. That was a terrible pass by Matt Ryan, and he knows it too. He is so mad at himself. That was awful, dude. Like, that's the kind of pass that I make in Madden because I'm not paying attention. All right, Russell Wilson fakes the handoff in shotgun. Looks like he's got a man, and oh, wow. He did. He had a man. 83. He had that for a touchdown. Right, he like perfect pass by Russell Wilson and everything, and he just drops it. He just drops it, kicks the ball out of the back of the end zone. Man, that was perfect placement there by Russell Wilson. And okay, to be fair, the Colts defender knocked the ball out of his hands, so it wasn't entirely a drop. It was actually a great defensive play there. But woo. Ooh, if you're a Broncos fan, you got to be fuming after seeing something like that. Called it. Russell Wilson drops back, throws, finds Jerry Jeudy, but overthrows him. This Broncos offense is awful. I don't know what else to say about that. Oh, okay, you called that it was getting turned over. Yep. Yeah. I've done that a couple times. I remember the Bengals were playing the Broncos for, I think it was 2014, and the Bengals were playing the Peyton Manning-led Broncos for a playoff spot, and everybody in the world thought the Bengals were going to lose that game because that was the year that Peyton Manning was going insane. But near the end of the game, the Bengals had a chance to win, and they were kind of screwing it up. Brandon McManus with the 45-yard field goal, by the way, 9-6 Broncos over Colts. But Bengals were kind of screwing it up at the end, and Peyton Manning was starting to drive a little bit, and I was getting nervous because I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And I was like, I looked at my buddy, Jacob Lawson, and I was like, it was Brandon. It was Brandon Dodowski. And I looked at him, and I was like, you know what? I'm calling it. Drake Kirkpatrick, pick six right here. And you know what happened? Drake Kirkpatrick, pick six right there. It was the most beautiful thing of all time. I obviously still talk about it to this day. It was awesome. Sent us to the playoffs. I was a happy camper. That was a good day. And I did something like that the other day, on Twitter. I said Bengals. I think it was might have been the Cowboys game. I was like, Bengals desperately need to get a turnover here because they haven't been getting any turnovers. And the second I tweet that out, they get I think Logan Wilson got an interception, and I was just like, hell yeah, let's go. You know? All right. Good to see Kirk Herbstreit out there doing NFL games, man. I've always liked him as an announcer, just never really could get into college football, so. All right. 9-6, Colts are going to get the ball back. Matt Ryan is going to back out onto the field and try to make up for his terrible interception. And the Colts defense is able to avoid complete disaster and hold the Broncos to a field goal. But the way this game is going, one field goal might be disastrous. Honestly. I don't even know what to say at this point. How on earth, if the Broncos win this game, how on earth they'll be 3-2 is beyond me.
So then the defense does good stuff like that, I suppose. Phillip Lindsay tries to run the ball outside the left guard, the left guard there, and only picks up about 2 yards on the play. It's just been like that all night with both running games. Yeah, it's awesome when that happens, man. Like, I mean, you out of nowhere, college, there's like, I have a feeling, and then it happens, and you're like, hell yeah. All right, Matt Ryan once again hands the ball off to Phillip Lindsay, and he just once again gets like 1 yard on the play, man. Like, it's like I'm feeling a lot better about the Bengals running game right now watching the Colts and Broncos. Like legitimately, I've been complaining to hell and back about the Bengals running game, and compared to what I'm seeing out of the Colts and Broncos right now, it's like Bengals running game looks great by comparison. This is terrible. This is terrible. I mean, good defense there on the Broncos. The Broncos did a good job of getting on that one. I think that was more the Broncos defense doing well than the Colts offensive line not doing well, but still. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, finds a man, and it's going to be knocked out. As Michael Pittman Jr. had the first down, but was not able to hold on to the ball because that was knocked out by, is that Bradley Roby, I think? Is Bradley Roby even on the Broncos anymore? I don't know. Who is that? Darius Phillips. Oh, no, okay. 21. Why can I not find... I can't... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Kwan Williams, the nickelback. Interesting. Yeah, knocked out by Kwan Williams there. Really good play by the Broncos defender. That was actually a legitimate example of really good defensive play. So, I mean, you've had it in spurts today, but it's mostly been in that offense, right? Like, you're mostly seeing both offenses doing quite bad today, and, like, the defense is just kind of, like, sitting there and, like, basking in the fact that they have an easy game ahead of them. But you are getting some really good defensive plays here and there, and that one was a really, really good defensive play. Great, yeah, just honestly, that's what's happening right now. Just having the defenses play each other. Like, the only thing we're missing out of this game is defensive scores, honestly. And as I say that, Russell Wilson actually completes a pass this time. And that is to... Why can I not find... Yeah, Eric Saubert. I keep not knowing that particular human being. Like, that's like the third time that I've had to call his name and couldn't find it, and I had to go the fourth time actually. I had to call his name, couldn't find it, had to go look for it. Took me forever, and then I see it's Eric Saubert. Like, and he's the third string tight end. Like, I don't know, you'd think I'd remember at this point. Anyway, Russell Wilson shotgun formation, quick pass to Jerry Jeudy in the backfield, and he's going to go ahead for a first down. That was a well-designed offensive play there. Got about a minute left in the third quarter, and Broncos offense is starting to drive a little bit now, so starting to look like, honestly, it's crazy. If the Broncos go get a field goal here, they're going to have like a 6-point lead, and the sad part is that feels insurmountable by the Colts. Like, it doesn't feel like the Colts have any chance of coming back if they get down by 6 points. That's how sad that is. All right, Russell Wilson under center. Looks like he does a bit of a play action, but doesn't end up finding the running back. Tries to throw and gets swatted away. Swatted away. The offense, man. Ain't nothing good going on in the offense. I think I got the fly. Let's see if I can get him. Flew away. Conley, I don't know if you were watching earlier, but there's a fly that's just been tormenting me for the last 2 days in my studio here, and I just cannot seem to get him. Got some Febreze, and I'm trying to basically like weigh him down with water so I can catch him easier, and he's evading every single time. Anyway, Russell Wilson shotgun snap, gets the ball off in the backfield, and that's a really good play by the Broncos there. There you go. Down to the 40, the 35, 30. Wow, that's about a 30-yard pickup. What a play by Boone there. What a play by Mike Boone.
Mike Boone of the Broncos. It's about a 30-yard pickup. Something interesting happened. Wow. Looks like it's going to be another field goal drive. Woo! Yeah, I know. It's bad. The game, honestly, at this point, it's like I'm not even expecting the game to progress. I'm just kind of like, the game's going to end at some point, and one of these two teams is going to have more points, and that's going to be my analysis. Like, when I do my power rankings, well, never mind, because I actually do a new format this year with my power rankings, so and if you've been watching, you know, but I rank all the teams, but I only talk about the top 14 teams. That way I can actually give the teams worth talking about in an actual amount of time to talk about them, and not having to like just stick to like 20 seconds per team or something like that. And also trying to keep the videos to a watchable length. So I'm not really going to talk about either of these teams because neither of them are going to make the top 14. But if we were still doing the old format as last year, I'd be having some stuff to say when this next Power Rankings episode comes out. But we're not. Wow is right, dude. That's my whole impression of this entire game. Is just wow. Like, what am I watching? God, man. This is like, you remember a couple of years ago when, like, the Browns played the Jets on Thursday Night Football, and they spent all this time, like, it was like Baker Mayfield versus Sam Darnold, like when they were rookies, and like they were like hope defines the future of both of these football teams, and like that was the whole promo, and it was just sitting there like, oh my God, are we really trying to hype up Jets Browns on Thursday Night Football? Like, what are we even doing at this point? It was so stupid. But that, like, I think that game actually ended up more interesting than this one did. But those were about my, like what we're seeing out of this game, that was about my expectation of what was going to happen in that game. Like, just why is this even on TV? Who really wants to watch this? Yeah, years of rooting for the underdog, man. I know that feeling, as you can obviously tell. I mean, obviously the Bengals are doing good now. But yeah, it has been rough. It has been rough as a fan of the Cincinnati Bengals for 29 of the 30 years I've been alive. I mean, even the years where they were good, it's just like it always, like, I mean, the years where they were actually good, I can only really remember like two. Like the years where they were actually like good and you really expected something out of them. Both of those years ended in complete and utter heartbreak. And then, like, there were some other years that they made the playoffs, but like none of those years you really thought that they were like, you were like, oh, they're going to make the playoffs and like they're going to get there. And that's about it. I think early in 2014 I had some expectations because they started up that season really hot, but once they kind of like fell off near the end of the year, I figured that the playoffs was going to end with like them basically doing nothing. All right, so that play by the Broncos is blown dead, and so that's either going to be a false start or a neutral zone infraction, or I guess illegal contact or something like that. Yep, that's a false start on the Broncos. Turn it around on what game? You talking about that 2005 game? Like, they turned it around that season and then kind of unturned it around after that. And they eventually got back to the playoffs in like 2009. But we're talking about Jets won that game by 1 point. Oh yeah. Rough, man. Russell Wilson, shotgun snap. Cortland Sutton gets the ball in his hands and drops it, like drop. That's all we're seeing today by the Broncos, like wide receivers. Nobody can catch the ball. I don't understand. As I predicted, we're probably going to get another field goal on this drive. Yip-de-doo. They're actually in... They're actually a little outside of traditional field goal range, but Brandon McManus has a big leg, so I think he'll get it.
Russell Wilson is going to hand the ball off, and Melvin Gordon is going to get it to right about traditional field goal range. So, I'm sorry, that's Boone. Boone is going to take it to traditional field goal range. So it's going to be about the 34.5-yard line. And am I stupid? Was that only second down? I thought it was third down. All right, well, no, screw me. Broncos actually have another play here. So it's third down, and it's still probably going to be a field goal type of thing, but I don't know if the Colts can get a big sack or something like that. You never know. Russell Wilson fakes the handoff, and Colts almost do get a sack, actually. And then Russell Wilson throws an interception. What? He tries to throw it deep. Russell Wilson tries to throw it deep, and there's nobody in the area except for a Colts safety, I believe. And might have actually been a touchdown return were it not for Russell Wilson actually being the one to trip him up after about a 40-yard run back. So the Broncos are going to come away with no points on what has probably been their best offensive drive of the game. My God. Wow. Now that was something worth watching, right? Colts player is actually down on the play, so hopefully he's all right, but that play might have been the first really compelling play of the entire game. The Broncos are out here driving, then Russell Wilson just throws a pick. And it's he was winding up, he was really confident in that throw. He must have had some sort of bad miscommunication, though, because, it looked like he was, he wound up to make that pass. It looked like he was so certain that, in making that pass, and there was nobody but a Colts defender in the area. So it must have just, a wide receiver must have run a wrong route or something like that. That's the only reason I can think that Russell Wilson so decisively threw that pass, and then nobody was in the area but a Colts player. It must have been a bad route run or something like that. Not that that's necessarily an excuse. But I guess it's that looked so bad that couldn't have possibly been all Russell Wilson's fault. That's all I'm saying. There's no way that Russell Wilson just decided to throw it there for no reason. It had to have been a miscommunication. And maybe it was a miscommunication on Wilson's part. Maybe it wasn't the wide receiver's fault. Maybe he was supposed to run that route, and Wilson just had it wrong. But somehow, him being a veteran and one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league, I just kind of don't think that that's the case. But, I mean, I'm literally just kind of speculating on that one. Little gems. Yeah, you have interesting gems here and there. I don't necessarily feel like that Jets game was something I want to really remember. But I mean, from the rest of the NFL's perspective, it was a damn good one. All right. And that Rings of Power looks so interesting. I wish to God they would put it on something other than Amazon, because I'm not going to do business with Amazon. I'm just not going to do it. Just period. I don't care if they have I don't care if they reboot Futurama and the only place you can find it is Amazon. I don't care. I'm not watching Amazon. Not doing anything with Amazon. Period. Oh, Russell Wilson's actually being evaluated for going into the tent. I wonder. Let's see what happens here. Gets pushed down a little bit late, but I mean, I didn't really see anything happen to him. So Russell Wilson's being evaluated in the tent, and a Colts linebacker, I believe, is being carted off the field. So that was a rough play. I wonder if Russell Wilson hit his head late in the thing or something like that. I don't know. Brett Rippon actually is warming up now. So as bad as Broncos offense has been, now they're about to not have Russell Wilson in the game. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe that's better. Oh, wow. All right. Wow. Whoa. All right. So Matt Ryan hands the ball off to not Jackson. Number 26, I forget who that is. But Russell Wilson, or Matt Ryan hands the ball off
to the Colts running back there. Gets a good run, about 9 yards. Looks like he gets stopped. And then out of nowhere, I guess before they call forward progress, the entire Colts offensive line comes and pushes him across the first down marker. That was really cool to see. All right. Matt Ryan hands the ball off to Phillip Lindsay. He gets about 8 yards on the play, but there is a flag. So he just wonders, is it holding? Didn't see. The camera didn't cut to the ref quick enough. Yep, holding. Holding on the center. Pinter. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't even really know too much about it, but... Oh shit, that was open! Fuck! Shaking it up. And now it's all over. God. Matt Ryan, shotgun formation. Alone in the backfield. Throws, got a man, and it's caught by Phillip Lindsay. And I think it's a late hit on Phillip Lindsay, too. So that's gonna be a first down after the flag. So late hit and helmet to helmet. So I mean, I wonder, they're gonna really kill him for it. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. Yep, they're just calling the one penalty, but like, yeah, okay. So actually, that wasn't helmet to helmet. He did kind of hit him in the helmet. But it's looking like he wasn't really aiming for the helmet. But, I mean, he definitely came in there late. And that was pretty unnecessary. Like, I mean, I kind of get it. Like, you know, you're trying to make sure he's down. But, like, he was definitely down, dude. Like, I mean, you're a professional. Like, yeah, you can't really make that excuse. You got to know better. Especially with how much the NFL is going to be paying attention to stuff like that right now. Like, this is the wrong time to accidentally do something that might hurt somebody in the head. Like, after the whole Tua thing, don't do it. I mean, don't do it anyway, but, like, right now, they're watching like a hawk. About a 2-yard pickup there on the run by the Colts, by the way. Russell Wilson sitting on the bench. Can't tell if he's acting like he's going to go back in the game. He looks like he's all right, but he's also wearing a big coat. So, I don't know what's going on. But, and he's definitely on the sideline, so I imagine he's probably coming back. Oh my God, Matt Ryan hands the ball off, and it just gets blown up in the backfield. I don't even think, like, the second he touches the ball, I don't even think he's able to get any positive yards. I mean, it's definitely a loss, but, like, I don't even know if he goes anywhere from the point where he gets handed the ball off. What are the, they're looking at something on the replay. I'm not entirely sure what they're looking at. Wonder if they're looking at, like, trying to determine if it was like a dirty play or something. I don't know. There's just a bunch of people looking at the replay booth for completely unrelated play. I don't know. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, swallowed up in the backfield. That's going to be Bradley Chubb and Baron Browning combining on the sack. It's going to be fourth down. Going to remain a 9-6 ball game. In the fourth quarter, 11 minutes to go. 9-6. 9-6. Jeez, man. That sucks because the Colts were kind of moving it too, but now they got the ball at the 45-yard line. And I think I got him. He got away. Fucker. I'm going to get that motherfucking fly. I promise y'all. Even if I don't get him before the end of this broadcast, I will stay in here till like 6 a.m. if I have to. That thing is dying. All right. It's going to be Hack with the punt. The amazing punter with the great Hack name. Yep, and that's going to be a touchback. Not the best punt. Not the best punt. It hits at about the 2-yard line, but it just bounces straight back into the end zone. Never really had a chance at that one. So, Broncos going to get the ball at the 25-yard line. Russell Wilson's going to come back out, and he's going to try to accomplish something. 9-6 ball game, but honestly, the 3-point lead feels like right now, the 3-point lead feels like a 14-point lead. It's like, the game's not over for the Colts, but they're going to have to start doing something better here soon if they want to overcome this massive deficit of 3 points. Terrible, dude. Terrible. Yeah, I will say, I had this feeling that the Russell Wilson Broncos weren't going to be great in their first year, but I thought that the offense would look better than this, man. Like, the offense might look worse than they did last year, like with Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock, and Pat Shurmur as your offensive coordinator. Like, I don't know what is going on with the Broncos right now, but it is just like something is just not crossing properly. And if they do win this game, it's going to be like a miracle. As like the fact that they might be 3-2 after this with an offense that looks like that. Like, can you imagine this offense with like the Lions defense? I mean, put it all to bed. It's over. Your team's getting relegated to college, honestly. Oh my God, I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that the Broncos offense is this bad. Like, I mean, I knew that they were going to take some time to adjust. I knew, the whole, Super Bowl contender thing was like, no. I think they might, make a run at the playoffs, but they're not going to be, anything that special. But, this is bad. This is really bad. I don't know what to even say about this. This is that bad. And the Colts, man. Oof. I mean, we all know the Colts suck, so I mean, this is not exactly news, but yikes. Like yikes. Like yikes. Like yikes. Like for real yikes. Got some interesting matchups in the NFL this week though, like Giants Packers. Can we see if the Giants are actually for real? Or if maybe the Packers aren't as, whatever as we all thought they were. I think Bengals Ravens. That's going to be a good one. Raiders Chiefs. I mean, the Raiders always play the Chiefs well, but Russell Wilson's going to hand the ball off, and he's going to get about 4 or 5 yards on the play, maybe 6. Hard to say exactly, but what exactly are they looking for on that replay? Russell Wilson tried to bring the guy down and try to kind of blow him up, but he's a little tiny guy and he ain't doing that. But I mean, why are they huddling around the replay booth just to watch him do that? Is it funny? It's kind of funny. Russell Wilson shotgun snap, and the Colts are all over him in the backfield, and he cannot find anything going on to save his life. And he just gets swallowed up in the backfield. It's going to be a massive sack for about a 6-yard loss. So, I think he's going to lose more on that play than they gained on the previous rushing play that turned out pretty decently for him. He's going to be sacked all the way back at about the 20-yard line. Yep, right, almost exactly at the 20. Man, the Broncos can't get anything done, dude. This is just sad. Russell Wilson takes a shotgun snap, throws, does find a man this time, but it is not going to be enough for the first down, and so it's going to be 4th down. Broncos are going to have to punt because they're deep in their own territory, and with the way your offense is playing, you can't really afford to take that chance. Nathaniel Hackett, man, is he really this bad at putting together an offense? I mean, Broncos fans are just looking pissed in the stands, and they're winning. They're just they're just in the stands, just they're all looking like that right now, and they're winning. That's how bad this game is. Holy hell, dude. Colts are going to return the punt to about the 30-yard line, which is where they will take it back up. And Broncos fans just don't want to watch anymore. The Broncos are winning, and the Broncos fans don't want to watch anymore. They're all so mad, dude. They're mad, and their team is winning. That's the craziest thing. I mean, if I was at a Bengals game and the offense was doing terrible, but we were winning, I'd be in a better mood than that, you know, like, I mean, because at least the defense is doing well. You know, that's half of the team. And honestly, it's like the defense isn't necessarily even like the reason they're doing well. It's like the Colts offense is that bad, but still, it's just like, you know, the Broncos fans are acting like it's the end of the world, and they're about to be 3-2 if things don't change. So I mean, like, I don't know. You know, they just look so grumpy. Like, is it really that bad that your offense is terrible if you're winning games? Like, I don't know. I also don't want to tell anybody how to be a fan, so, you know, do what you do. I don't understand it, personally. Man, phone commercials are weird, man. I don't understand them sometimes. What does the NFL schedule look like this week? So Sunday, I might be streaming more than the Bengals game, depending on when the Bengals game is. Bengals game's Sunday Night Football, isn't it? I think it is. So yeah, Bengals are playing on Sunday Night Football, which means that I can probably do a 1 p.m. game. Although I don't know, my wife's going to be just getting back like that morning, so I might actually just spend time with her because I haven't seen her all week. I'm not entirely sure. But let's see. So we got Steelers, Bills, Browns, Chargers, Bears, Vikings, Lions, Patriots, Seahawks, Saints, Dolphins, Jets, Falcons, Bucks. Like, my God, dude. Titans, Commanders, Texans, Jaguars, 49ers, okay, so like all the 1 p.m. games are terrible. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know. I might stream, but I don't see any games worth watching. Like, I mean, like maybe Browns, Chargers, maybe, but even then, like, Matt Ryan takes a shotgun snap. There's a flag on the play. Gets the ball. It's completed, but they're actually saying it was on the ground, so not completed. But let's see what the flag is. Probably holding. Offsides. All right, so that's actually going to be good for the Colts. Right on. Let's keep this Colts offense moving, man. Like, again, not rooting against the Broncos. Just, you know, I want to see a competitive game, and the Colts need all the help they can right now. Oh, God. Russell Wilson's on the sideline yelling about something. Talking to trainers, maybe he's like saying, like, you can't leave me out of the game. But, like, I mean, he was just in the game, so I don't know. Matt Ryan hands the ball off. Phillip Lindsay's going to dance around the backfield and have absolutely nothing happen. You're going to lose about 3 yards on the play. And it's going to be about 2nd and 8 now, when it was 1st and 5. You had the opportunity and just can't do anything with it. Dude, I am so curious to see what the stats are at the end of this game. Like, is there any offense to speak of at all? I mean, there have been a few passing plays on either side, like here and there, but that's about it. Has there been any running to speak of? I think the Broncos have had like a rushing play or two here and there that worked, but for the most part, not really. Matt Ryan fakes the handoff. It gets a guy who's like ready for a first down, Granson, number 83, but he just bobbles it, can't hold on to it. And there's another flag. Let's get the flag on the Broncos, please, because that's the only way the Colts are going to get down the field. Looks like he's going to be calling offsides. Because he's motioning towards his hips. Oh, no, it's on the offense. An eligible man downfield. Oh, boy. So is that a loss of down? I can't remember, and I don't have the sound on, so I can't really tell. But it's going to be whatever it is. It's going to be 2nd and 12. So, you know, basically penalties wipe themselves out, and the Colts lost a down. Essentially, is what's going on there. All right, so Matt Ryan
Shotgun snap. Looking around. Got plenty of time. And, okay, he does finally get the ball off. Throws it to nobody. Looking like he was going to try to run there for a second, but Matt Ryan has no speed. And, I mean, he might have gotten a couple yards out of it at the very least. I mean, he just tried to Patrick Mahomes that thing down the field. And I'm sorry, Matt, you're not Patrick Mahomes. You can't do like that whole, like, you know, running and then like, hoo-ah! You kind of like, you know, like slingshot it out of your hand. Like, that's not who you are, Matt Ryan. Don't try to do that. Like, honestly, like, I would have, like, I mean, I know that you're like an old school quarterback with like, you know, the pocket mentality, but like in like a situation like that, pick up the 3 yards on the ground at the least, you know, like have something positive happen. Make the next play a little easier. Matt Ryan, shotgun formation. Once again, great pass protection. Gets the ball off, but doesn't go anywhere. Tight end number 81 does pick up about 6 yards on the play, but doesn't get anywhere near the first down. So it's going to be 4th down. The Colts are going to punt. But we'll get to see Hack again. We'll get to see Hack. The punter Hack. Man, just getting all the, like, I mean, these two punters are going to be like the best punters in the NFL by the end of the game. They're getting so much practice in. All right. So it's going to be caught by the Broncos at about the 12-yard line. He's going to try to return it. It's not really getting anything out of it. Gets it to about the 15-yard line, but gets tackled there. So the Colts, you know, punt return coverage is like all over that. Oh, God, I just had a terrible thought. What if this game goes to overtime? Like, what if we have to sit here and watch this for another quarter and then the two teams? And then what if they end up tying? Oh, God. Now, I mean, it would require the Colts getting the ball down the field and doing something of substance, which is probably not going to happen because the Broncos are currently up by 3 points. But, oh, my God, what if we get – what if this game goes – what if the Colts get a field goal? And then what would most likely happen after that is nobody would score. And, oh, God, and then we'd have to, like, sit through an entire another quarter of this crap. Like, as it stands right now, we only have to endure this for 6 minutes and 47 seconds more. I think I am no longer rooting. Well, hold on. Russell Wilson hands the ball off to Melvin Gordon, who finally does something with it. And he's breaking tackles all over the field. It's about a 15-yard pickup. And so I am pretty much kind of at the point right now where I'm actually rooting for the Broncos to just put the game away because, like, I don't really want to endure another quarter of this. This has been terrible. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I'd rather, like, do something else tonight other than this. Like, I mean, it's been great talking to you, Conley. It's not you. It's this game. This game is terrible. And honestly, like, sitting in this position, my neck's kind of hurting me. And haven't really had much to do except just kind of sit here like this. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to see overtime. So at this point, go Broncos. Like, Colts, you lost your chance. And they're continuing to lose their chance because that's about a 6-yard pickup there for the Broncos on the ground there. Melvin Gordon holding on to the football, crucially. You know it's sad when punters are the MVPs. Yeah, man, like, I mean, not really. Like, the punters haven't really been amazing today. There was, like, one really good punt earlier today, but for the most part, it hasn't exactly been, like, you know, a juggernaut punting performance. But they've definitely gotten a lot of practice today. Like, they might be the MVPs of next week. Or maybe they might be tired next week. Who knows? Do punters get tired? I wonder. Russell Wilson hands the ball off to whoever that is. Whoever it is, it's a first down. It's about a 7-yard pickup. And he kind of dances around there and makes that happen. So that was kind of cool to see. Mike Boone, by the way. Called his name a bunch today, and I can't remember his name for whatever reason. Mike Boone. Let's see, you got Cameron Fleming there. That's his name, right? Cameron Fleming? I think. Great block pickup. So, I mean, that's probably, you had that hole open all day for Mike Boone. I remembered his name there. Fleming. Don't see it on the first look. Back here, Russell Wilson hands the ball off to Mike Boone, who cuts to the outside and gets about 15, 16, 17 yards on the pickup. Great play there. Great play. And it is Cameron Fleming, by the way. Filling in for Billy Turner, who I guess is hurt or something. I don't know, but it's supposed to be Billy Turner who's in there, but Cameron Fleming right now. And he is manhandling DeForest Buckner on these running plays, too. Dude, that right side of the line was wide open all day. Like, Mike Boone is just eating up right now because, like, I mean, suddenly the run blocking is actually good. What do you know? I think that might have been a false start. Yeah, they stopped the play, so I think. But then again, there's also contact, so I mean, I don't know. But I thought it was a false start. Yeah, they're calling false start. Shaking it up again. Most exciting part of this game is like, is there a penalty on the play? We're going to move the ball because there's a penalty. Moving the ball backwards this time because there's a penalty. It's 1st and 15. And Broncos putting together a pretty decent drive right now. They're almost back in field goal range. And 6 points is probably insurmountable by the Colts at this point. All right. And he's going to go down after about a 1-yard pickup. On the ground. Mike Boone can't make it happen there. Ooh, and there's a guy hurt. Looks like a Broncos offensive lineman, I think. Can't really tell right now, but he's on the ground pointing right at his back of his leg. Might be a hamstring. It's that goddamn fly again. 72. Came down really awkwardly on his leg there. Hopefully he's all right. Who is that? Garrett Bowles? Ooh, that's not good. He's one of their better offensive linemen. Hope he's okay. Looks like he messed up his leg pretty badly there. Ugh. Man, I'll tell you one thing. If they do go to overtime, which I kind of don't think is going to happen now because the Broncos are kind of driving a little bit, but if they do go to overtime, I'm going to have to go get some coffee. Like that's just going to happen. I'm gonna have to go get some coffee. So you might get some more Battle of Ohio podcast content as I go make myself some coffee. I think I have some sitting in the pot though, so I should just be able to like microwave it. I don't know. I'm honestly almost more interested in this fly than I am the football game. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that I was streaming right now and I have like obligations to like, you know, talk about the game, I might honestly be paying more attention to this fly than the football game. That's sad, right? That's just sad when the game's so boring that my hatred of flies actually trumps my love of football. But obviously, I'm paying more attention to the game right now because I have obligations. Oh, boy. What a game, dude. I don't know if I've seen a more boring game in a long time. This is pretty bad. And like I said, it's like, I mean, there have been some good defensive plays here and there. But there have been a few good offensive plays here and there, but for the most part, it's just a whole lot of nothing. By the way, those rushing numbers aren't actually as bad as I thought they would be. Looking at it, because so like Melvin Gordon right now is actually averaging 3.8 yards per carry, which isn't great, but it's like near pretty decent. Mike Boone is actually averaging 6.6 yards per carry. Phillip Lindsay is averaging 3.8 somehow. Deion Jackson's like the worst of them all, averaging 3.3, but that's still better than I would have thought. And actually, from some of these calls I've made, I would have thought Deion Jackson was the one who was having the better game than Phillip Lindsay, but nope. Deion Jackson's actually had more carries, but still. That's not good. Garrett Bowles getting carted off, so that's a blow to an already awful Broncos offensive line. So they're an awful Broncos offense. It's not like they've been a great offensive line, but you know. Oh boy, dude. Broncos are probably going to get this win, and it's just going to be the most fraudulent 3-2 I've ever seen in my life. I mean, like it's maybe not quite as fraudulent as when the Steelers started 11-0 a couple of years ago. Like that was the most fraudulent thing I've ever seen in my life. But this is up there. Like if they get to 3-2, it's just gonna be like, yeah, but are you really? You feel like you're 3-2, or do you feel like you're like cheating? Like not really cheating, but you know what I mean. Russell Wilson hands the ball off and to Mike Boone, I believe, and he's going to get the ball to about the 35-yard line. It's going to be third down and about 8, I think. Third down about 8. People at the game are probably focused on the fly. Like the fly in my room. The fly in my room is probably the people at the game. Because I told you earlier, like if you're I don't know if you're watching the game itself right now, but like if you look at the shots of the people in the stands, the Broncos are winning. They're looking like they're probably going to win, and the fans are all in the stands. They're just like looking like. Like they just look like they're just like bored and pissed and all sorts of like nonsense. Like when you're winning and your fans don't even like you, that's when you know something's wrong. All right, Russell Wilson, shotgun snap, takes the ball, looking around, finds a man, and he's going to catch it. Not going to have enough for the first down, but probably enough for a field goal. It's going to be about a yard short. Cortland Sutton's trying to argue that he got the first down, but he definitely did not. So, yeah, don't do that. Are they going to replay it? Like, he definitely didn't get it. He definitely went out. He didn't even get near it. Like, don't be stupid. It's 4th and 2. Not even 4th and 1. It's 4th and 2. He was nowhere near the first down marker. Are they going for it? Dude, that's field goal range. A 6-point lead is insurmountable at this point. All right. So Russell Wilson shotgun snap, throws the ball in and is caught somehow. Like the one time the Broncos do something crazy, they actually make it work. The entire rest of the game has been terrible for them. Honestly, I almost... Let's see. Who was that? That was number 82. That was Eric Saubert, who caught the first down catch there. But honestly, with the way the Broncos offense has been playing and just like the horrible luck they've been having on the offense, I'd almost just like take the field goal anyway, because like now you got more time for your offense to make a huge mistake. I think they're trying to run the clock is probably what's happening. All right, Russell Wilson throws the ball out to Cortland Sutton, who gets the ball out about 5 yards, and I don't think he gets it. Don't think he gets out of bounds, so the clock's going to continue to run, which is exactly what the Broncos want anyway. Oh, that was a. I think no. Okay, I was gonna say it was a face mask on Cortland Sutton there, but it wasn't. He didn't grab the face mask. He just pushed it, and I think you're allowed to do that. Timeout by the Colts. Yep. Cortland Sutton stays in bounds, which is bad for the Colts because they want to preserve as much time as they possibly can on the clock. And I mean, there's a good chance they hold him to a field goal here, which means Matt Ryan can go get like a last-second touchdown and win the game. But it's like, is he? He's not going to. Like the Colts aren't going to score a touchdown. Like, let's just be completely honest. Almost kind of a shame that it's looking like the Broncos are going to finish this game with double-digit points. Like, they really don't deserve it. All right, and the Colts swallow that running play up. Going to get about 2 yards on the play. That's Mike Boone on the rush. Mike Boone on the rushing play, and I think the Broncos are really at this point just kind of like whittling the clock down, trying to do whatever they can to get some points and leave the Colts as little time as possible so that they can't potentially go down the field and score a touchdown, which honestly they're not going to anyway, so don't worry about it. Like the part of the thing is the Colts have no weapons. Like Michael Pittman Jr. is like a pretty good wide receiver, and outside of him, it's like they ain't got anything. Like what is it, that UC receiver? I think he could be good eventually, but I don't think he's really, there quite yet. He's a rookie, Alec Pierce.
You know, he could be there eventually, but I don't think he's quite there yet. So, man, you got Michael Pittman Jr., and that's really it. Dude, Nick Foles is Matt Ryan's backup at Indy. I didn't know that. Interesting. The perpetual backup who just, like, for whatever reason, like, just does amazing whenever he's in Philadelphia. But outside of that, he's just a perpetual backup in the league. Russell Wilson fakes the handoff, tries to throw, and it's intercepted! What? Why are you throwing the ball? What the hell? Oh, God, they're going to go to overtime, aren't they? And we're going to have to sit through a whole other quarter of this. Oh, man. What is happening? Russell Wilson threw a pick in the end zone. The Colts are going to have the ball at the 25-yard line. Oh, my God. He threw a pick just like in the Super Bowl. I mean, it was a completely different play, but still. And that was entirely Russell Wilson's fault too. He threw it too far behind the wide receiver. He needed to throw it ahead of him, but he threw it behind him where honestly the cornerback had a much better chance at that ball. That was an awful pass by Russell Wilson, dude. Like, holy crap. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, looking around. Has a little bit of pressure. And oh my God, and Michael Pittman Jr. catches the ball. Looked like it was going to be intercepted there for a second, but Michael Pittman Jr. comes down with it. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning, and the Colts have a first down. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Alec Pierce. That was Alec Pierce, not me. So Pittman Jr. is 11 and Alec Pierce is 14. Maybe I'll remember that by the end of the game. See, that was crazy. Like, looks like Bradley Chubb gets a fingertip on Matt Ryan's arm and changes the trajectory of the ball, and it's almost intercepted there by number 27, the Broncos cornerback, but it goes right through his hands, and Alec Pierce comes down with it. Like, that was insane. That was an insane set of events. That wasn't even like, that wasn't even like necessarily a good play by the Colts. They just kind of like butt-fucked their way into like doing okay on that play. They got a first down, but they didn't earn it. They definitely didn't earn it. The Broncos just kind of handed it to them. And actually on that note, the Broncos tried as hard as they could to break up that play. And it's just like, God wants us to go to overtime. That's what's happening right now. Somebody's over there at B-Dubs. They got the remote, and they're like, we're going to go to overtime. I want overtime. Well, you know what, Mr. B-Dubs guy? It's 11:16 at night. I don't want overtime. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, and, he fumbles! Gets the ball back, though. Broncos getting great pressure on Matt Ryan. I think Bradley Chubb knocks the ball out of Matt Ryan's hand as he's trying to throw. He fumbles the ball, and he has enough wherewithal to get back on top of it. Clock's running, second down. That's probably good if the clock's running. You got plenty of time left, although you don't have any timeouts, but you do have plenty of time. They're taking forever, though, to get the snap off, though. I don't know. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, throws, pressure in his face, and it's caught by Alec. What's his name? God, fuck. Alec, UC guy. Alec Pierce. God. Alec Pierce catches it. He is willing the Colts to having a chance in this one. And nobody's around him, so he's able to get himself out of bounds and stops the clock. Like, Alec Pierce is just a madman, dude. Alec Pierce, if they have any chance in this game, it's going to be because of him. Dude, I'll tell you what. I am okay with the Colts driving down the field if you get a touchdown. If you just put the game goddamn away. There's going to be a first down there for the Colts on the middle of the field, though, so they're going to need to hurry up. But that's going to be Paris Campbell on the catch. And, clock is running. Oh, that's not running, though, because Nick Bonito of the Denver Broncos is hurt. So that's going to be an injury stoppage. And I think it's going to be a timeout there by the Broncos. So that's really unfortunate. Nick Bonito. Let's see what happened here. Oh! He gets wrecked into like a 35-mile-an-hour car crash by dudes coming from the other side. And you just wonder, is he shaken up? Is the wind knocked out of him? Is there a concussion thing going on there? I don't know. Matt Ryan looks like his wrist hurts. That's not good. Okay. Matt Ryan's wrist kind of flopped over the defender, so I wonder if he overextended his that's his throwing wrist too. That's oh my god. This game is such a clusterfuck, dude. Oh my god. What are we even witnessing? Dude, if the Colts win this game, I'm just gonna cry laughing. Hold on. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, throws. It's caught. Middle of the field, though. It's only about a 4-yard pickup, so it's really not worth it, honestly. But anyway, I thought about my prediction, being both teams in single digits or 12-6 or something like that. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap. I think it's going to be a false start, though. I think it's going to be a false start on the Colts. Offsides? No, it's on the Broncos. Broncos are falling apart right now, man. And at the very least, the Colts are in field goal range now. We might have to sit through another quarter of this. Oh my god. Why? Oh my god. We're going to have to sit through a whole nother quarter of this. Unless the Colts get a touchdown. So, hey, I'm turning on the Broncos again. Go Colts. Let's get a touchdown. Let's end this stupid game. But anyway, like I was trying to say, my prediction, I was actually wanting to make it an even lower scoring game than that. I thought it was going to be a really low scoring game. I just kind of chickened out. I'm like, no, I can't imagine it's going to be that low scoring. That just seems so unlikely. I'm going to call it 20-14. But what I really wanted to do is I really wanted to make it 14-12 or something like that, or even less, like 12-10, like something tiny, right? And not even as bad as it looks like it's going to be right now. I was too chicken to say that it was going to be as bad and low scoring as I thought it was going to be. I think the main thing is just because I didn't really think that the Colts defense was all that amazing going into this game, and I still really don't think they are. I just think the Broncos offense is that bad. And the Broncos defense, they're doing well, but I don't think that they're amazing, right? I think that they're just taking advantage of an inept Colts offense. Although right now, they're definitely not. Right now, they're falling apart, and they're actually kind of proving my point. Okay, second down? Are they saying it's second down? Why are they saying it's second down? 2nd and 1. Okay, whatever. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap. There's that goddamn fly again. And it's right up the middle. Right up the middle. And that's Deion Jackson taking up for about 20 yards on the play. That's a great burst. And so you're definitely in at least getting a field goal here, I think. Matt Ryan takes a shotgun snap real quick. Hurry up to the line. And Deion Jackson gets hit after about a 2-yard pickup, but he manages to shake out of that tackle, shakes out of another tackle, and gets about 10 yards on the play, 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 1. They're going to run up real quick to spike it. They get the spike off. It's going to be 3rd and 1, and I'd imagine they're going to probably take one real quick shot to the end zone here, and if that doesn't work, then they'll probably take their time too, right? They got 13 seconds, and this is probably it's like they either get a touchdown here or they're going to go for a field goal, because if they pick up unless they get a first down and they get out of bounds, because if you do that, then you'll have another play, right? But I would imagine they're going to try to take a shotgun, or they're going to take a touchdown shot here, and if they don't get it, then they'll probably just take the field goal and go to overtime. What? Okay, they're stopping the play. Why are they stopping the play? Matt Ryan looks pretty disgusted. Now he looks less disgusted. What's going on? Did the Broncos take a timeout? Everybody on the field's confused. What? Okay, they're not explaining. They're just running around confused. Nobody's indicating is if a timeout's been taken. No timeout's been taken. They just stopped the play. And everybody's running around. And the play clock is stopped. Now there's a delay of game? Now there's a delay of game. What the hell was that? The refs just blew up the play as the Colts were getting ready to take a snap. And then they kind of like tell everybody to stop. And Matt Ryan's pissed, and I understand. Matt Ryan's like, why did we just, like, we were getting ready to snap the ball. What the hell was all that? I don't know what the hell all that was, but anyway, it's 3rd and 6. So I mean, you lose 5 yards on the play, and I mean, honestly, if you get the ball out of bounds, it doesn't really matter. Matt Ryan takes a shot into the end zone, nothing happens there. It's going to be 4th down, and you just got to take the field goal here. So I mean, I don't understand why, especially when you had the penalty happen. Like if you're throwing if you don't have the penalty, I think you take a shot to the end zone. But with the penalty, it's like, you got extra room to pick up a 1st down here. Like, maybe try to, mix it up a little bit. If they know you're going to the end zone, they know exactly what to defend. He just overthrows everybody. We're going to overtime now, unless Chase McLaughlin misses it. So, let's see. Let's see. Oh, God, I hope he misses it. I just want to, God, man. Are the Broncos trying to ice him? Broncos are trying to ice him. Broncos took a timeout. Oh, God. I hope the Colts miss, man. I hope the Colts miss. Because I just don't I don't want overtime. Nobody wants overtime. Whoever's at B-dubs with the overtime remote, stop it. Stop it right now. I will find you. Because this is not okay. We're going to have to watch a whole nother quarter of this game. And probably the whole quarter, the way these two offenses are playing. Golly, dude. What if we end in a 9-9 tie? God. Yep, field goal's good. Chase McLaughlin puts it up. And Hack is over there holding it. 9-9. There's 5 seconds left, so you never know. We could see a Russell Wilson moonball. And there is a timeout left for the Broncos. So, I mean, you never know. You could have, a magic play happen where you get you only take 4 seconds off the clock with a mega fucking thing. I mean, I don't know, maybe the Colts accidentally kick the ball out of bounds, and then Russell Wilson zooms a pass and 3 seconds come off the clock, and then you just immediately take a timeout. You're like, no, timeout, and then Brandon McManus comes out and saves us from overtime. I mean. That would be a hell of a turn of events. That would be a series of fortunate events, I think. Not for the Colts, but for everybody else who really doesn't care about this game. Dude, Broncos fans are leaving. Broncos fans are leaving. Y'all do know there's going to be a whole other quarter, right? Broncos, they're just I can't watch this shit. What? Dude, yeah, Broncos fans are just piling out of the stadium in droves right now. They're I can't watch this shit. That's terrible. I want my money back. People from Denver don't sound like that, but whatever. All right, touchback. Broncos going to get the ball at the 25-yard line. I would imagine Russell Wilson's just going to kneel on it here because you ain't getting nothing's happening with 5 seconds left to go. I mean, you're going to need a moon ball to even get in field goal range, and that's probably going to take up more than 5 seconds. So I'd imagine they're probably just going to kneel on it here. Yep, kneeling on it. All right, and we're going to overtime, folks. God, this is crap. I'm going to go get some coffee. I need some coffee if we're going to go into overtime. This is... Yikes, what a game. I'll be back.
You're probably hungry. You want food, right? Food? This is some food. You probably you get fed this morning. I don't know if you got fed this morning. You did a big old bowl of food. I'm sure you're starving. I'm so sorry, buddy. All right. I would imagine I probably missed the coin toss, didn't I? I should have waited. I should have waited to get through the coin toss because they always do the coin toss before they go to commercial, right? So I probably should have waited to go get that coffee, but whatever, man. I'm gonna need it if we're gonna go through a whole nother goddamn quarter of this shit. And I don't even know if we're gonna I mean, that's the thing. Like, overtime, you're not. It's designed to not have to go through the whole quarter, right? But you know, these two teams' offense are so bad. Like, I can't see anybody actually going down and scoring. I mean, it's 9-9. I said something earlier. Like, what if we get a 9-9 tie? I mean, honestly, I'm almost rooting for that now because like I'm convinced that this. It's going to take the rest of the game anyway. I mean, if we could just get, like, somebody to score, like, real quick, that'd be nice. But, I mean, if we got to go through the whole thing, then I'm rooting for a 9-9 tie. Like, you know, since we're already here, let's just finish it off the funny way. So, Broncos and Colts are getting ready to go back out there. I got my coffee in my, some sort of Illuminati cup. Looks like the Colts must have won the toss because they're getting the ball first. Wake me back up. That's the only thing that's going to wake me up during this game is some coffee. Oh, boy. I cannot believe that Russell Wilson has thrown 2 picks in the end zone today. Like, man, it's just like it's like I think it's partially the Broncos' fault for not adjusting to him, but he's clearly not doing like as well as he thought he was going to do. Like he is clearly struggling himself. Matt Ryan throws the ball to Phillip Lindsay, who gets about half a yard on the play. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Now, luckily, there's only 10 minutes left, so we don't have to sit through a full quarter. But we're gonna have to sit through probably most of it. Probably going to take the whole 10 minutes to decide a winner in this one, and it's if we even get a winner. All right. Matt Ryan, shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Plenty of protection. Finds a man. He's going to get a first down after about an 18-yard pickup. Nice. Not too bad on that play. Good play by the Colts offense there. Finally coming in at a point where you need it. And that is Kylan Granson. Kylan Granson on the play. Tight end Kylan Granson picking up that first down there and some extra yards after that as well. Cough. All right, Matt Ryan. Shotgun formation. All right, I'm sorry. Under center. Hands the ball off to... what's his name? Deion Jackson. He rushes ahead for about a 10-yard pickup. Broncos offense looks tired right now. They ain't doing anything. So at this rate, the Colts honestly might just like come away with a win. Like, I mean, I was like, I don't know.
Once again, I don't really care who wins. I almost kind of want the Colts to win, though, just because, like, the Broncos really don't deserve to be 3-2. The Broncos deserve to not really be in the playoff discussion, and they might be if they're 3-2. Matt Ryan gets the ball off to Paris Campbell, who's going to pick up the first down. I thought the last play was a first down, but I guess it wasn't. But Paris Campbell picks it up and about 9 extra yards beyond that. So Colts are driving right now, and finally their offense is moving. Like, where was this the last entire, like, the entire rest of the game? Where was this, dude? Like, wouldn't have had to bother with an extra overtime drive. I mean, who knows? You know, maybe they get a touchdown. They're definitely almost in field goal range, though. I'd say they're probably within Chase McLaughlin's field goal range. Matt Ryan, shotgun snap, catch. That's definitely field goal range. It's going to be caught by Michael Pittman Jr. there at about the 33-yard line. So that is field goal range. Bro, we're talking about potentially finishing this game 12-9. God, man. Now, barring a Colts turnover here, this might be it, honestly. Matt Ryan hands the ball off. Phillip Lindsay, who goes nowhere. But it doesn't matter because they're in field goal range. I will say that I think it might be I think the whole thing I was talking about, my neck wasn't feeling very good. I think part of that might just be a bit of fatigue from just sitting here in this position and talking about this game the whole day, and it's also late in the day. I've had a pretty busy day today, so the coffee I think is making it feel better because I think I was just partially tired. Matt Ryan takes a shotgun snap. He's looking around, can't find anything. Finally decides to use his legs for once. But I think he just showed there why he prefers not to use his legs, and only gets about a yard on it. Yeah, he had a great running lane, but he's Matt Ryan, so he doesn't really take advantage of it very well. Pointing at someone, and I think he's trying to argue that it was a helmet-to-helmet hit, but nope. No, it wasn't Matt. Chase McLaughlin's going to come out, and he's going to try to give the Colts double-digit points for the first time in the game. Going to try to give the Colts a 12-9 lead. And my only worry about this is that the Broncos, which have had a halfway pretending to be, and it is good, by the way, it's 12-9 now. But the Broncos have, like, on and off kind of pretended every once in a while to have a maybe potentially functioning offense. So my only worry here is that the Broncos are going to drive down the field and get a field goal of their own, and that we are, in fact, going to have to go all the way to the end of the game. And we're going to get a tie, but it's not going to be a 9-9 tie. I was really hoping for a 9-9 tie if we had to sit through the whole damn game. 12-12 is still kind of ridiculous, but it's not as insane as 9-9, like both teams in the single digits in a modern football game. Like I said, man, it's been bad offense. That's what it has been today. It's like there has been some good defensive plays, but it hasn't been like, you know, the defense has been making these amazing, like, wow, look at what he just did. There's been like one or two of those, but for the most part, it's just been inept offense. It's been inept offense, and the defense just like being like halfway decent enough to not screw it up. So it's just like that's what is boring when you watch the NFL. Like I like games where defenses play really well and there's like all this cool stuff happening, but this is not fun. This is just like, what are we even like doing here? We're literally just sitting here wasting our time watching, you know, people be bad at their jobs. That's what we're doing. Like, Matt Ryan is clearly, you know, over the hill, and Russell Wilson clearly needs more time to adjust to his team. Maybe Matt Ryan needs time to adjust to his team too. Maybe I'm just being mean about him being over the hill, but I think that might have something to do with it. It's not like Russell Wilson is exactly like a spring chicken, but I think his problem is more so just like, you know, he hasn't adjusted to his team and his team hasn't adjusted to him. Looks like they're out there trying to run, you know, a very similar offense to the one that they ran last year. And that was with a completely different coaching staff too, which is weird. All right, Russell Wilson's going to come out here and try to finish the game. To be clear, they need a touchdown. If they don't get a touchdown, a field goal will at least, help them not lose. But Russell Wilson toss the ball out to Melvin Gordon, who's going to get a big pickup on the play. Get the ball out to about the 50-yard line. So, good play there. Good play. I'm telling you, man. I'm really feeling the tie. I think the tie is coming. I feel the tie in my bones. In my bones. Spilling coffee on my leg. The thing that's just nuked coffee. That's not like fresh coffee. Fresh, I'd be like, ah! But that's just like nuked coffee. So it's like it's warm, but it's not like flesh burning warm. All right, Russell Wilson throws the ball. He's got a man wide open. Jerry Jeudy finally catches a pass. He's going to get that down to about the 15-yard line. 15-yard line, man. Broncos offense is moving. And who knows, they might actually finish off the game here. Kind of wish they would. I'm kind of tired of sitting in this position, especially with these headphones. I kind of have to keep my head angled at a weird spot so the headphones don't grab too much on my hoodie. But this is where the Broncos have struggled the most today, and that's in the red zone. So, ball's at the 14-yard line. Russell Wilson hands the ball off to Melvin Gordon, who gets like 2 yards. Nothing on that. I mean, 2 yards, but nothing really substantial on that. Conley, is that you still watching? So we got one person watching right now. So if that's you, Conley, say something. If it's not you, Conley, also say something. I want to hear what y'all have to say about this terrible game. Oh my God, they're gonna stall out, aren't they? They're gonna take a field goal. Russell Wilson hands the ball off to Melvin Gordon, who gets a few more yards on that play, but still not enough for a first down. It's gonna be 3rd down and about 1, I think. Knowing Russell Wilson teams, I imagine this is probably this 3rd and short's probably going to be a passing play. And if I had to bet anything, I bet you the Colts probably know that too. And it's 3rd and 2, actually, not 3rd and 1. I got a little bit more than where they spotted it, but whatever. And I'm wrong. They hand the ball off, but oh my God. The Colts stop them. It is 4th down. And the Broncos are probably, in fact, going to have to go for it here. Not go for it. God, if they go for it, they're stupid. But the Broncos are, in fact, I think, going to have to take the field goal here to have any chance of staying alive in this game. And the offense is staying out there. What are they doing? It's 4th down in overtime. If you don't get a first down here, you lose. What are you doing? Take the field goal. Don't be okay. All right. I think they were just trying to catch them off guard. Colts take a timeout. I don't know, man. Maybe they are gonna go for it. If you don't get it, you lose. Nathaniel Hackett's under enough criticism as it is. I get being ballsy. I get going for it. But if you don't get it here, you lose. And the offense is staying out on the field. What the hell? They better get it. That's all I'm saying. They better pick this up. If they don't, the Colts win. I guess I sort of get it. It's just if you take the field goal here, you're probably playing for the tie because you're probably not going to stop the Colts from running the clock out. So it's I guess I kind of get it, but whatever. Russell Wilson's in shotgun formation. This is a ballsy call, and are the Broncos taking it? The Broncos are taking a timeout. So I think the Broncos were legitimately just trying to draw them off, and they are going to take the field goal now, probably. And if they don't, I don't even know what's happening anymore. If they don't, I don't know why the hell that they took a timeout. Still talking to Russell Wilson. Is the offense still staying out there? What the hell is happening? The offense is staying out. The offense is staying out. They're gonna go for it. They've already used a timeout, so they can't. I don't think they can take another one, unless that's just like a Madden mechanic, and that's not a real life mechanic. I actually don't know what the rule is with that, but I don't think the Broncos can take another timeout. So if the offense is going out on the field, then they're gonna have to. I mean, the only thing they can really do here is like if they're trying to draw them off, then I mean they can, maybe take the delay of game, but they don't. They snap it. Russell Wilson shotgun snap, looking around, fires, and it's dropped, and the Colts are gonna win. The Colts are gonna win. Russell Wilson can't get it done at the goal line. Nathaniel Hackett goes for it when they were in field goal range and could have avoided losing, but he decides to try to go for it when the Broncos offense has been like as bad as anyone's ever seen in the red zone all day. Nathaniel Hackett decides, no, we're going to keep trying to, go for it. I'm sure Russell Wilson was part of that decision. I'm sure he was trying to be like, no, we're going to go for it. And that was a really good throw by Russell Wilson, by the way. Like, he sidearmed it, and it was like perfectly in the exact spot for Cortland Sutton. But, and that was a great play there by Stephon Gilmore to break that pass up. So, I mean, that honestly, like, that was an incredible last play of the game. Like, that Nathaniel Hackett, I think, is going to take a lot of shit. Like, Nathaniel Hackett's just going to get, like, slaughtered, I think, this week for going for it. I'm looking forward to, oh my God. KJ Hamler just over there on the field having a fucking fit, dude. Oh my God. Oh, dude, Nathaniel Hackett is going to take so much shit this week. I look so much forward to watching what Brandon Perna from That's Good Sports has to say about this. Not so much forward because it's just going to be sad, but I just wonder, like, oh my God, what did we even just watch? What the actual hell? Like, why wouldn't, if with your offense playing the way it's playing, why wouldn't you take the field goal? Because now you're 2-3. I mean, I know 2-1 doesn't sound amazing, but like it's better than 2-3. You at least maintain some semblance of being, competitive early in the year, which you definitely don't right now. So, I don't even know. Like what are we even doing at this point? I mean. I'm just saying, like, if I had watched Zach Taylor go for it on fourth down with the way the offense is playing, and you could have had you could have had like a field goal and given yourself a potential chance to like at least not lose the game, and you're gambling on it on fourth down. Like, all I'm saying is if Zach Taylor had made that call, I would have been like on my show, and I would have been like. I would have been like, I'm starting to have trouble, like, trusting the Zach Taylor guy, man. Like, I've been a big fan of his, but I might have to start changing my opinion over something like that. Like, I'm just saying, if that was my team, I would have been pissed. So I just wonder what Broncos fans are doing right now. That's just, I cannot believe that is the way that game ended. I'm God, man. I didn't even finish my coffee. God, man, what an insane ending to that game. And I will say that gave, it was almost worth watching that whole game just to see that insanity at the end. Like it almost worth that. Like, I mean, now, first of all, I love watching football regardless. And it's not a waste of time to watch the football game. I'm just saying a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that was an awful game, and probably rightfully so. So I don't know. Like, I just don't understand why you go for it there. Like, I mean, I get you're trying to be aggressive, you're trying to win the game, but as I said during the thing, if you don't win the game, you lose. and you are going to get. You're already like people are already skeptical of you already in like the national like discussion and everything like that. But now, especially with a new ownership group and everything, you're playing with fire when you're making a decision like that. That was dumb. That was really dumb. Especially when your offense is playing as bad as they're playing. Like, I don't know, dude. But anyway, guys, headphones came out. Anyway, guys, I think that is pretty much going to do it for me tonight. I'm going to go put an ice pack on my neck or something. I will definitely be streaming on Sunday. Bengals game is a Sunday night football game, so I may be streaming a 1 p.m. game. I don't really know which one. None of them look particularly compelling, but I might do like Browns Chargers or something like that. But I also might just spend time with my wife. I'm not sure. That's going to be that's going to be like a game time decision, I think, for me. I'll update you on Twitter. So, but that's all I got for tonight, guys. That was such a nuts game. Both of these two teams are awful. Colts won, but who cares? But as always, I'll leave y'all with Hoo Day!